Good evening, folks. We are back with some Phoenix Wright, and this time we are starting the third game. So yeah, we are gonna start this one. Actually, no, we'll just start the third game. I was going to do something else, but I will just do the third game. So, third game, episode 1, Turnabout Memories. As always, we will try and do as many silly accents as possible for this. Ah! How did I get into this mess? That's probably not the right voice to choose for it. Why? Why did I do that? That girl, you shouldn't see her anymore. It's none of your business. I'm telling you for your sake. If you continue to see her, it's going to be bad news. You're lying. Just listen to me. There's something you need to know about that girl. Stop it. Don't talk about her like that. It wasn't me. I didn't. I didn't do it. "5 years earlier, Mayor Frey's second trial. April 11th, 9:40, District Court, Defendant Lobby. I just found the time kind of nervous. Ahem. Now Mia had is it Mia or Mia that had the Donny Pockets voice, yeah. Well, how about we keep that going for now till we work out what's going on. So, oh, Mr. Grossberg, good morning.
Oh, Mia, please calm yourself down. You're going to get yourself arrested for suspicious behavior, you know.
Like what you talking about? I'm relaxed, Mr. Grossberg. Look at me, I'm relaxed.
Let go of my lapels. You obviously haven't got the temperament to be a lawyer.
I'm so sorry. I'm just so nervous today.
Oh, that's alright. This is your first time in the big leagues, isn't it? Well, never you fear, my dear. I'm Marvin Grossberg. I'm at your service.
Actually, this is my second time in court.
Still, you surprise me. What with your earnest request last night? Let me handle this case, you suddenly said, and quite forcefully, too.
I just found out yesterday that, oh wait, I'm rolling my accents, let me try that again. I just found out yesterday about the case I made.
What? You've already learned all the relevant facts?
Well, about that, you see, I mean, of course I have, yeah, I think.
Oh dear. In any case, don't let our client see you so nervous. You see that poor man in the pink sweater over there? He is our client.
Cough, sniffle, good morning there, everyone. Why is he wearing a tarp with a P on it? Like, good morning. I just wanted to say I'll give it all I've got. Yep, it'll be fine, no problem. Cough, cough, achoo, achoo. Like, what's wrong? You got a cold or something, Mr. Wright? Actually, it's right. Like the Flying Brothers, people screw it up all the time. And yes, I have a cold, that's what this mask is for. My dog says this way I won't give it to anyone else. Be kind to others, he says. Right, Mr. Wright. You will interfere in court today. If you're truly innocent, I promise I'll save you. Please let go of my shirt. Please let go of my shirt. Cough. My name is Mayor Fay. I'm still pretty new at this lawyer thing. First time I appeared in court was a year ago. But that trial traumatized me so badly I never thought I'd set foot in another courtroom. It's been 1 year since then, and well, here I am again. But this time I'm gonna win. For my client and for myself. April 10th, 10 a.m. District Court, courtroom number 2. Court is now in session for the trial of Phoenix Wright. The defense is ready, Your Honor. Now what voice do we do for him?
I think he needs a bear voice. Yeah, let's go with bear voice. Yeah, the prosecution is ready, Your Honor.
Defense today is Miss Mayor Fay, wasn't it? Yeah, Your Honor. Is there a problem with that? I was under the impression it was Marvin Grossberg was the defense. Well, yeah, you see, Mr. Grossberg had a bit of an emergency. Emergency? But isn't that him standing right there next to you? You're just a rookie. You sure you can really handle this? Toughest look. Of course, Your Honor. I think. Well, Mr. Payne, your opening statement, please.
Whoa. I can't believe a veteran like me has to spend his time babysitting a new defense lawyer. Don't worry, little girl, it'll all be over soon. Now then, I'd like to proceed with the summary of the events, and I'm gonna be Russian, or maybe we should just go into that. Alright, we'll take him as a Russian then. Now then, I'd like to proceed with the summary of events on the day in question. The incident occurred on the campus of Ivy University. The murder victim was a student named Doug Swallow. He was a 4th-year student studying pharmacology.
Sounds like he was a very bright young man.
Yes, well, next we have a photograph taken from the scene of the crime. Students discovered the scene shortly after the murder. They found the victim's body. And the defendant, who had obviously bungled his getaway, then called the police. Well, bungled his getaway, then they called the police.
That certainly makes the defendant look very suspicious indeed. Very well. The court accepts this photo into the record of evidence. By the way, I can't quite tell the cause of death from this photo.
Your reputation for surgery is well earned, Your Honor. I just feel I've gone back to bear.
No, we are going to Russian. Let's carry on with Russian. Your reputation for surgery is well earned, Your Honor. The truth is, the victim died a rather unusual death. Like, unusual death? What do you mean, Mr. Payne?
Well, perhaps the defense would like to take this question?
Huh?
A simple question. I thought I might loosen you up a bit. I am a gentleman, if you will.
What now?
Or have an opportunity. Well, what is it? The clause? Go on. Please say you know at least that much.
I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I didn't get a chance to read through the whole file.
My hemorrhoids are beginning to act up. Now see here. The details of this case are filed under the court record. But you knew that already, didn't you? All the weapons we need can be found in the court record. Take a good hard look at the data there and think carefully before you answer, my dear.
Yes, sir. I'll do just that.
So what we got? Faithful electric shock. Marvelous.
Right. Now then, with the attorney for the defense, please answer the question. What was the cause of death? Like, going through the court record, it was fatal electric shock, in other words, electrocution. Electrocution? But, how could such a thing happen? Did the murderer use some sort of new type of super powerful stun gun, perhaps? The answer to that, oh wait, we're doing the bear and then into Russian. There we go. The answer to that will become crystal clear as his trial procedure, Honor. But before that, there is one more vital issue. What's that then? Why, motive, of course. Apparently there was some bad blood between the victim and the defendant. Bad blood, you say? Like, what do you mean?
Oopsie, I'm terrible. That's the wrong voice.
I'm terribly sorry. You're the defense attorney, so you must know all about it. I shouldn't be stealing your spotlight like this.
That's Winston Payne for you. He's one smooth operator, if you catch my drift. They don't call him the rookie killer for nothing, you know.
Now then, let's hear from the defense. What was the source of this bad blood between the victim and the defendant? And this time I would like to see some supporting evidence. Evidence?
Oh, no need to get all worked up over this. As I said, all our weapons can be found in the court record. Find the evidence you need, then shove it in old Greybeard's face.
Yes, the old Greybeard's face. Got it. Mr. Grossberg, try to set a better example to the young lady.
The evidence isn't the only thing in the court record. People's profiles are there as well. You can toggle between profile and evidence with tab. So be sure to go over it all.
It's really weirdly, don't know why I couldn't pronounce that one.
Now then, let's see what you've got. What is the cause of bad blood between Phoenix Wright and the victim? Tab doesn't work. It's actually R. Don't know why it told me tab when it's not actually tab. Anyway.
So imagine it's that one. So we'll go...
The reason for the bad blood between the two of them was this woman here. Dahlia Hawthorne, is it?
Very good, Miss Fay. You should have picked up on at least that much. The woman is the girlfriend of the defendant, Phoenix Wright. But up until 8 months ago, she was with the victim, Mr. Swallow. Clearly, she has some part to play in this story.
I thought the defense was always on this side. Anyway.
Oh, he's done it again. He's done it again. Before the cross-examination starts, he's already got the judge thinking like he wants.
Very well, Mr. Payne. Please call your first witness. If it,
Try to remember how to go into the Russian accent.
If it pleases the court, the prosecution would like to call Mr. Phoenix Wright. What, the defendant himself? Well, Miss Fay?
The defense has no objection. Sorry.
The defense has no objection. Very well. The court calls Mr. Phoenix Wright to the witness stand. Witness, please state your name and occupation.
Oh yes, my name is Phoenix Wright. My job is, well, right now I guess I'm a suspect.
No, he means what did you do before you were arrested?
Oh, true. I was a university student.
Mr. Wright, you understand that you are the suspect in the death of one of your fellow students,
But I didn't do it. I'm innocent, I tell you. I'm telling you I was a true.
Will the defendant please refrain from passing his coal to the rest of us? It seems the witness has something he wants to say. Well then, Mr. Wright, please tell us about your relation to the victim.
Right away, Your Honor. I admit I was there, but I'm not a killer. All I did was find his body. I hardly knew the guy to begin with. I never even talked to that stuck-up British wannabe. Well, if he knew he was a British accent, we'd done that, but then again, he's dead, so...
I see. So you hardly knew the victim?
Right, like I said, I'm not a killer.
Well, it looks like the judge understands that at the least.
You're being naive, you know. Far too naive. I did not realize naive had 2 dots above it. That's something I've learned today.
Huh?
It seems that you have forgotten one small thing, young lady. And that would be what? This witness still has to undergo something called cross-examination. Cross-examination?
He's right, and it's the defense's duty to carry out the cross-examination. The purpose is to determine if the witness's testimony contains any contradiction.
Contradictions?
If the witness is lying, their statements will conflict with the court record.
But, Mr. Wright is my client.
Even if he's your client in court, all lies must be struck down. As a lawyer, that is your duty, you see.
Now then, your cross-examination, if you please, Miss Fay.
The victim and I. This is reverse from what I usually have to do. I admit I was there.
When you say there, you mean the place where the victim was murdered?
Yeah, sort of. The place where something happened anyway.
Something? You can't hide what happened. We have photographic evidence.
Anyway, Mr. Wright. What were you doing at the scene of the crime? I thought you said you didn't know the victim, Mr. Swallow.
It's just a coincidence. We bumped into each other by accident.
A coincidence?
But I'm not a killer, all I did was find his body.
You say you found the body, so who called the police?
Huh? Oh.
Unfortunately, it was some other students that notified the police.
Other students?
That is correct. They were witnesses. Witnesses who saw the defendant standing there next to the body in shock.
What is this true, Mr. Wright?
Well, it's true, I was pretty shocked when I found the body. But I only knew the guy to begin with.
So you didn't know his face, or even his name, right?
Right, well, no. That is, I mean...
So which is it? Did you know him or not? Now see here, you can't avoid answering the question by sneezing all day.
Well, I guess I did know his name. I heard he used to date Dolly.
Who is this Dolly person?
Oh yes, that will be the defendant's lover, Miss Dahlia Hawthorne.
Oh, I see. Ah, young love, so bittersweet.
But that's all I knew about him.
Mr. Wright, you stated the following in your testimony. I hardly knew the guy to begin with.
That's right. I mean, why would I even...
But that doesn't sound right. If you hardly knew him, then why would you say the victim was a stuck-up British wannabe? Well, Mr. Wright.
What? No, it wasn't me. I'm not a killer, I swear.
Mr. Wright, I will give you an opportunity to revise your testimony. How is it that you knew the victim, as you put it, a British wannabe?
Yes, well... He was always walking around with a huge Union Jack on the back of his shirt.
Did you, see it at the crime scene? The Union Jack, I mean?
Yes, that's right. I saw it at the crime scene. That's why I figured he must love British stuff, see? It's true, cross my heart. I swear I didn't do it.
May I ask you something, Miss Faye? Yeah, Your Honor. Who is this person anyway, this Union Jack fellow? The Union Jack is the name of the United Kingdom's flag, which is technically even wrong, but I can't be fucked out arguing with this, so let's carry on. Oh, I see. So you mean like the stars and stripes, right? As usual, your insight astounds me.
There's no contradiction here.
Mr. Grossberg.
Okay now, show the boy you mean business with evidence, I mean. Well, my dear, do you think you can manage on your own from this point? You mustn't try to bite off more than you can chew, Mia.
I'll be fine. I know what to do.
Remember, you can always press him with more information. Oh, and one more thing. When you're going to state a contradiction, make sure you present some definitive proof.
Well, let's have a look at the court record, see what we actually have. Well, the picture doesn't have anything on his back, so I'm assuming that that's the...
Objection!
Are you certain you saw the Union Jack?
Yeah, I'm sure it was right there on his back.
Miss Faze, this is the point of this line of questioning. Your Honor, if you take another look at the crime scene photo, as you can see, there's absolutely nothing on this victim's back.
Hey, wait a minute, he's wearing a leather jacket. The Union Jack was in the back of the t-shirt he was wearing.
I was under the impression that you accidentally came across the body. But, if that was really the case, then, you wouldn't know that, would you? You'd have no idea what he was wearing underneath that jacket. Mr. Wright, you've been lying to me.
Please forgive me.
Mia, you've made our client cry. Let him. That P on his shirt chest doesn't stand for Phoenix anyway. I can't believe I trusted him. Mr. Wright was all wrong. That was impressive bit of cross-examination.
Hello, Captain.
Thank you for recovering the defendant's lives for me. It's quite clear that this man did not simply stumble upon the scene of the crime. By the way, Mr. Wright, you seem to have a rather bad cold. Have you taken any medicine for it?
Yeah, I took some, but...
Was it the medicine that you took? Was the medicine you took an over-counter brand called Code Killer X?
Yeah, that's right, it kills colds good. Hey, wait a second. How did you know I'm a big fan of Cold Killer X?
You wouldn't happen to have the... I've gone into the wrong accent again. You wouldn't happen to have the medicine with you right now.
Well, actually, I seem to have lost it somewhere.
Mr. Wright, shall I tell you where your cold medicine is right now?
Huh?
Your Honor, I'd like to take a look at the crime. Like you to take a look at another photo from the crime scene. What's this? Is the victim's hand? It's Code Killer X.
Objection!
Yeah, but even I've got a bottle of Code Killer X in my apartment. I'm sorry, but I'm afraid that argument won't work. There's no doubt as to who this bottle of Code Killer X belongs to. Especially since Mr. Wright's fingerprints are all over it. What? Sensing his murderous intent, Mr. Swallow must have picked up the bottle of medicine, dropped it by Mr. Wright and hid it in his hand. Oh, dropped by Mr. Wright and hid it in his hand. His purpose in doing so he can only have been to identify his killer as Phoenix Wright.
Biscuits in the stream as well?
Order in the court. Your Honor, I'd like to present this photo and bottle as evidence. Very well. The court will accept them into the record. Also, the victim's wristwatch was broken. Broken? Yes, it ceased functioning when a large wave of electricity passed through it. Well, Mr. Wright, do you have some kind of explanation for all of this? Oh, my buttocks, my poor hemorrhoids.
Witness testimony. Good music. The truth is, I went because he called me. He was in the pharmacology department, so we agreed to meet at 2:45 behind that building. We talked for a bit, and then around 3 PM we split up. Then later, when I went back, I found him lying there. I've been taking Code Killer X for the last 2 or 3 days. I lost my bottle of it around lunch on the day of the accident.
Mr. Wright, that's completely different from the testimony you gave previously.
I'm sorry, Your Honor. I was afraid you wouldn't believe the truth.
You'll forgive me if I say I hardly found your current testimony to any more credible. Miss Faye, please begin your cross-examination.
So I'm going to turn this a little bit so you can see a little bit more of the cat. There you go. Truth is, I went because he called me.
Had you ever met the victim before then?
No, never. But that day he called me and told me he wants to talk about Dolly.
And this Dolly person is,
it's kind of embarrassing. She's my, sweetheart.
Oh, What was that for, Mia? Oh, I'm sorry, I just felt like slapping something all of a sudden. Bully Hawthorne was also the lover of the murder victim, Doug Swallow. I feel we've been here before. Before she met Mr. Wright, that is. So it was one of those nasty love triangles, I see. Was it Mr. Swallow who indicated you should meet at 2:45?
Yeah, we were both there right on time.
You said the victim is in the pharmacology department, correct?
Yeah, he was studying how to manufacture and improve pharmaceuticals. Everyone called him the alchemist of IVU.
An alchemist? I see.
I gotta admit, I was a little suspicious. He had a whole laboratory and everything. It was filled with chemicals and strange machines that run on high voltage electricity.
Oh, how fascinating. He sounds like he's quite an ambitious young man.
So you're absolutely certain you met at 2:40? Sorry.
So you're absolutely certain that you met at 2:45?
Yeah, pretty sure that's the time the class ends. But they're always doing experiments, so it doesn't matter much.
Experiments?
Yeah, those pharmacology guys are always in the lab whipping something up.
With this, let's go on with your testimony.
We talked for a bit, then around 3 we split up.
So what was it that you were talking about?
You know, maybe we should hang out again sometime. Then later I went back and found him lying there.
So you say you went back?
Yeah, that's when I found the body.
Yeah, but why'd you go back in the first place? Weren't you angry with him?
Well, that's right, I was.
Then why, Mr. Wright, would you go back there?
I thought maybe we could make up.
Rather unusual to catch a cold this time of year, isn't it? That's not really a fair question, but let's go with it.
Yeah, I always get a little careless when the weather starts to warm up. Guess I shouldn't sleep with the window open this early in spring, huh?
So, did anyone else know that you were taking cold medicine?
Well, I always took one after meals, so I'm pretty sure my friends knew about it. But I lost my bottle around lunchtime on the day of the accident.
On the day of the incident, not accident. Day of the incident. What did you have for lunch, or what did you do for lunch?
Huh? What does that have to do then?
You can never be too sure.
I always eat with Dolly, just the two of us. Dolly's homemade lunches are just the greatest. Her many omelets are magically delicious.
Yeah,
What did you punch me in the jaw?
Oh, I'm sorry, I just felt like hurting someone all of a sudden.
Well, Mia, I don't know. I can't seem to find any contradictions. The boy isn't exactly what I call a natural-born liar, you know. But still, we can't have him continue to spout nonsense.
I know, but what can I do?
Well, I'm certain he must be hiding something. Information. Right now, it's information we need more than anything else.
Let's have a look at these pictures again.
Objection!
Oh. I thought that would have been the one because it's at 3 o'clock he left, but then 3 o'clock is when he... Let's try pushing everything else again. Sometimes when there's ones that you push them twice. Never played them before, no, never. But that day he called me what, Dolly? Called him Dolly again. Actually, wait a minute, we didn't ask about the pharmacology department before, did we? There's a double one we didn't ask about before. What's that one? Well, 2 or 5, yeah, I'm good time. Yeah, this is the one we didn't ask before. There we go. There it is.
I was wondering if you could tell us a bit more about the pharmacology department.
Okay, sure. I don't know that much about it, though.
Little bit earlier, your testimony, you said something interesting. You said the department uses the strange machines that run on high voltage electricity.
That's right, and they sure look dangerous. They use non-standard voltages, so there's high voltage cables everywhere.
High voltage cables?
Yeah, there were electrical poles set up all around the building. High voltage cables run overhead around the roof.
I think that's enough for now. So the defendant and the victim met approximately the time of death. Then the defendant returned to the scene of for an unknown reason. I'm not entirely convinced by his explanation about the medicine bottle either. Let me be frank here, Mr. Wright.
Your testimony cannot be trusted.
What do you mean?
I knew it was too much work for a little girl. However, there's one mystery that still remains. That is, Your Honor. How the murder was carried out, of course. Just how was the victim electrocuted? I don't believe the murder weapon has been produced yet, correct?
Well,
Yeah, that is correct, Your Honor.
How exactly was Mr. Swallow killed? Established murder method. Your Honor.
Your Honor. Yes, Miss Faye. I believe that if we were to piece together everything we've heard up till now, we should be able to solve the mystery of how Mr. Swallow died. That would be most impressive, yeah. Quite the brash statement coming from a rookie. But even a beginner like you must understand the basic rules of the court, yes? An attorney must be able to substantiate their arguments with evidence. Of course I know that. Now then, Miss Faye, let me see what you've got. Show me how you believe the victim was electrocuted.
Well, that big power cable there.
As for the cause of death, I'd say this picture captures it pretty well. What? But there's nothing even remotely resembles a murder weapon here. I'm afraid the defense is going to have to explain this a bit more detail. Miss Faye, where exactly in this photo is the murder weapon?
Oh, naturally.
Well, naturally, it's right here. That's, what is that? It's a severed electrical cable, I believe, Your Honor. Remember the testimony we've heard? The machines that the pharmacology students use in their experiments require high voltage. And because of that, there are special high voltage cables strung up everywhere. Oh, so then the high voltage cable... Yeah, the high voltage cable is the cause of death. That's the most likely explanation. That certainly sounds plausible. Well, Mr. Payne, what do you have to say about this? Well, I believe some praise is in order. Don't toy with me, old man. Now, the victim's cause of death may indeed have been high voltage cable. However, I want you to think about what that really implies. The only one who had the opportunity to use the cable as a murder weapon was the defendant. That is certainly true. Yes, that's not all. We have proof. Irrefutable proof that the established Mr. Wright as the murderer. You do? Well, what is it? His fingerprints. Fingerprints? You mean the defendant's fingerprints that were on something the size of a medicine bottle? Let's take another look at the crime scene photo. As you can see, the victim was wearing a leather jacket. And as you may know, leather holds fingerprints quite well. Ah, you mean, yes, it was quite clearly imprinted on the chest of the area of the victim's jacket. The palm print of the defendant's very own hand. What? I can only think of one way Mr. Wright could have left a print like that. Intent on murder, he squarely pushed the victim towards the severed electrical cable. Order, that's enough. I think we can conclude that there's no reason to continue with this cross-examination.
Stick a fork in us, we're done.
Mr. Grossberg?
Why, hemorrhoids never lie. This show is over, Mayor. I knew that boy was guilty the first time I saw him.
No, you're wrong. Mr. Wright is innocent.
Oh,
No further evidence is required to convince me of this man's guilt. Your Honor, at this time I'm prepared to render a verdict in this case. Do you have something further to add, Miss Fay? Is this what you want, Mr. Wright? You still haven't told us the truth, the whole truth. If you don't say something now, the judge is gonna hand down his verdict.
But I can't. I just can't say it. If I told you what really happened, then I'd be...
It's okay, Mr. Wright. I'm your attorney. You can trust me.
Miss Fay.
No matter what it is you have to say, I believe in you and I'll represent you to the very end. We've already established the defendant's guilt. There is no further need for him to say anything else.
Cough, cough.
Wait a minute.
Mr. Wright,
I'll tell you what really happened.
but I've already told you, Mr. Wright, there is no need for further.
I did it. I admit it, I pushed him.
It's my fault. I didn't see what the second line was. I was holding a lightning rod. Wonderful.
What?
That girl, you shouldn't see it.
It's none of your business.
I'm telling you for your sake, if you continue to see her, it's gonna be bad news.
You're lying.
Just listen to me. There's something you need to know about that girl.
Stop it.
Don't talk about her like that. What you just said, was that the truth?
Yes, it was. I was afraid. Afraid if I told the truth, everyone would think I was the murderer for sure.
Well, as things currently stand, we're not convinced you are anyway.
Please give me one more chance to explain.
This time I swear I'll tell the whole truth. It'll be okay, won't it, Miss Fay? I believe in you.
Oh, thank you.
Oh, it feels like my hemorrhoids are doing the Harlem Shake.
The guy he was talking bad about Dolly. I can't talk bad about Dolly. I lost my temper and gave him a shove. At that moment I heard some kind of loud noise. A little while after I left, I started to get worried. So I went back, but he was lying there dead.
Well, that explanation is really simple. You pushed him, Mr. Swallow fell back and touched the electrical cable. He died from the shock, and with that they say is that. And that as they say is that. A simple explanation indeed. At the time of the incident, a light rain had been falling. Wet from the rain, the victim was more easily electrocuted.
But when I pushed him, there weren't any electrical cables nearby. If there had been something like that, even I would have noticed it.
Miss Fay, let me warn you right now, if your cross-examination doesn't yield any new facts, I intend to deliver my verdict without delay. Are we clear on that? Yeah, Your Honor, yeah.
Oh, I've just seen the time. I need to go and quickly wake Mia up, so I'll be back in 2 minutes. Hello, we are back.
So, get into the gist of this.
When I pushed the victim.
That guy, he was talking bad about Dolly. So what kind of things did Mr. Swallow say to you?
He said all sorts of terrible things about Dolly. He said she was a
Bad girl. Is that all?
Yep.
Well, Miss Faye, you heard him yourself.
Anyway, after he said that, I just lost my temper and gave him a shove. Can you tell me about what happened in a little more detail? That guy, he just said what he wanted to say to me. And then he put on the jacket he was holding and started to leave. That's when I lost my temper and flew into a furious frenzy. I just gave him a light, gentle shove to the chest. And when you did that, there was no severed cable anywhere to be seen. Right. Oh, sorry.
When you did that, there was no severed cable to be seen.
Right, there was nothing like that at all.
But is it possible that you merely overlooked it?
Oh, that's not been too bad. Well, I guess it's possible.
I believe what's important here is the moment the push occurred. Let me continue on with the testimony, witness.
That moment I heard some kind of loud noise. A loud noise? And what would you say that loud noise was, Mr. Sorry.
A loud noise? And what would you say that loud noise was, Mr. Wright?
I'm not sure. It was really loud. It was like snap. You know, come to think of it, I wonder what it was.
Clearly, Your Honor, it was the sound of the victim being electrocuted.
Objection!
You're not qualified to decide that. Mr. Wright, that loud noise you heard might be extremely important. So try to remember what it was.
How do I put it? It was like a sharp crack. Could it have been?
Yeah? Could it have been? Hurry up and tell us.
When I pushed him, he dropped the umbrella he was holding. He fell right on top of it and it broke. That was probably the noise I heard.
An umbrella, huh? Did that umbrella belong to the victim?
Yeah, it was a plastic umbrella, cheap and frail, kind of like the owner. Then again, I wish I had any kind of umbrella. I was totally soaked to the bone.
Miss Faye, what do you think? Is there something important in the testimony just now? Of course it's important. Of course it's important. This cheap umbrella is more important. It's vital. I want to officially have it entered into her testimony. Oh, perfectly fitting. Flimsy information for the flimsy lawyer. Court agrees with defense request. Witness, please add the bit about the cheap umbrella to your testimony.
So Mr. Swallow fell on top of his umbrella, and you're certain of this? Yeah.
Mr. Swallow fell in his umbrella and... Oh, man, the problem is I'm used to the people that done the thing doing the accent and the normal one not. But let's try from here.
Yeah, I was right there under him. Actually, if I hadn't been under him, I was planning on borrowing it for myself.
The umbrella, you mean?
Well, yeah, you see, I was wearing this sweater here. Dolly stayed up late for nights at a time knitting it for me. I didn't want to get the rain to dampen the handmade symbol of her love.
Oh, my stomach is not used to being used as your personal soccer ball, Mia.
Ah, I'm so sorry. Continue your testimony, witness. After you shot the victim, did you leave the scene right away?
Yeah, I did. I admit it. I was furious.
You left without checking Mr. Swallow's condition?
Well, yeah. Like I said, I got worried about him there.
At that time, did you see anyone else at the scene of the crime?
No, nobody.
In that case, it's very hard to believe someone else could have been the murderer.
Unless we can find something that shows his innocence from that testimony, my dear. I'm afraid the judge will make his final decision with no remorse whatsoever.
Yes, sir.
So what we got? Well, the only one that has that... Well, the umbrella's not near him, so I suppose that's... Yeah, the umbrella's not near him, so let's... try that.
Why didn't you testify about the umbrella from the very beginning?
Come on, if I had mentioned that...
I would have been able to counter the prosecution's arguments earlier. What do you mean by that? Take another look at the crime scene photo. According to Mr. Wright, the victim fell on top of his umbrella. However, if you look closely, the umbrella is nowhere near the victim. Actually, it's by the electrical pole. You're absolutely right. The conclusion here is obvious. After the defendant left, the victim moved where he fell. In other words, after he was pushed by the defendant, Mr. Swallow was still alive. Order. The victim he moved? Mr. Payne, the umbrella in this photo, where is it now? Well, it was collected by the police at the crime scene. I want to present this evidence immediately. But the umbrella could have simply been blown there by the wind. According to the testimony, the victim fell on top of the umbrella. There's simply no way it could have been blown there by the wind. But I know this is a matter of umbrella, seems relatively trivial. But as long as the smallest doubt remains, I can render final judgment. No. I must say, I still find it hard to believe that a huge hole in this has been blown in the prosecution's case by the defendant's testimony.
Hold on, Mia.
Mr. Payne, what are you chuckling about? Pardon me, with your honor, Wright. I seem to be expecting too much of a free ride. I was foolish to think I could establish guilt through cross-examination alone. I was afraid of fellow what you're saying, Mr. Payne. Let me guess, you have another witness. Exactly, and this witness's testimony will be incontrovertible. Incontrovertible?
Incontrovertible.
Incontrovertible.
Fuck knows what that means, but sure, run with it.
Well, who is this witness? It's Miss Dahlia Hawthorne. Dahlia Hawthorne? You don't mean, Dolly, do you? I do, Your Honor. The defendant's very own lover is a witness to the whole thing. That's right, she was at the scene of the crime when the murder took place. What? I'm sorry to break the bad news to you, my dear. Bad news? You couldn't be more wrong. Actually, I've been waiting for this. You can't be serious. Mel?
Yeah? What do you mean by that?
I think this is a good point for us to stop at. Court will now enter 20-minute recess. Afterwards, we will listen to the testimony of Miss Dahlia Hawthorne.
See, this is a game I can cuddle you during. As long as I don't need to use the keyboard. April 11th, 11:52. Miss Faye, I'm sorry about what happened back there.
It's alright, at least you told the truth in the end, Mr. Wright.
Yeah, so I guess I can start to relax then, huh? Relax, my boy? You can't be serious after hiding such important facts.
But the next witness is my Dolly, right? She'll save me, I just know she will.
Why do you think that?
Huh? What do you mean? She's the love of my life, that's why.
The love of your life, huh? Would you mind telling me more about you and, Miss Dahlia Hawthorne?
Sure, no problem. Dolly and we first met around 8 months ago right here in this very courthouse. Actually, I'm starting to be a lawyer on the side anyway. One day she and I just bumped into each other in the reading room downstairs. That's why I really think it was fate that brought us together. As soon as I first set eyes on her, I knew she was the one for me. Oh, here, take a look at this. She gave me this the day we met, the symbol of our love. She'd been wearing it around her neck that day, but then... she took it off. But before she gave it to me, she said, I want you to carry this. This kind of has the feel of someone asking someone else to carry a bag through customs.
So you gave it to you as a present, I see.
This darling little bottle is filled with memories of my darling little Dolly.
It certainly is a little bottle, alright. What are you doing, Caddy? You want to sit down, you want to get up, what you want to do?
It makes me so happy. I show it to everyone I meet. I want to share my happiness with the whole world.
Anyway, so after you and Miss Hawthorne started dating...
Yeah, but she's so shy. Every time I see her, she always says the same thing to me. Please give it back now.
What a strange girl asking for a present back like that.
By the way, Mr. Wright, the day you first met Dahlia Hawthorne 8 months ago, it wouldn't happen to have been on August 27th, would it?
Yeah, it was. How'd you know?
This happened on August 27th, right here in the courthouse.
What's this, a newspaper clipping? Let's see. Murder in the courthouse? Murder?
What are you reading there? Let me see that. Oh, I see. Mia, I think I understand what you're trying to say. I think I understand why you suddenly took such a keen interest in this case. You believe there's some connection between these two cases, am I correct?
I hope you don't mind, Mr. Crossbow. I need to finish this myself.
Oh yes, but I'm afraid that what you have there will not be enough, my dear. I'll go and have a look downstairs, in the downstairs reading room and see what else I can find.
Thank you.
I want to do whatever I can to be of help to you, Mia. Well, it looks like recess is about to be over. We'd better all get moving.
Guess so.
To be continued.
Save.
Court will now reconvene. Mr. Payne, please call your witness. The next witness is someone who witnessed the crime as it happened. The prosecution calls Miss Dahlia Hawthorne to the stand.
Oh god, she's got butterflies.
In my long career as a judge, I have been deceived by many witnesses. It's my job to doubt and take no one at their word. But in your case, I must admit you're ready to glow with complete sincerity. The witness, could you please state your full name?
I am...
Don't worry, sweetie, there's no need to be nervous. If anyone says anything rude, you can be sure I'll cut them right down to size. And I'll bash them with my gavel. Whack. I would whack.
I need a proper voice for her. I think to break the mood, you probably have the Zararosa voice. Hello. Oh, thank you for calming me nerves. Is Zararosa ginger? I hadn't thought of that. This ain't Irish. This is a sort of West Country. Alright, well, you know, that's different. Not what I had in mind, but it'll do. Anyway, where were we? Well, thank you for calming me nerves. You're all so very nice, I almost feel right at home.
Not at all. It was nothing. If we may move on now, what's your full name and occupation?
My name is Dahlia Hawthorne. I'm a junior in literature at the Ivory University. I just want to say, it's an honor for me to be here in your noble presence.
The honor is all mine. No, the honor is all mine. All mine. It's all this.
It was milkshake brings all the boys to the yard. I see. Right, okay. Sir?
Is there something I can... Is there something I can help you with? You just go on, say whatever's on your mind.
I'm sure there must be some kind of mistake. Feeny wouldn't kill anyone, I just know it. Who the fuck's Feeny?
Yes. I can see why you'd say that. Now then, please proceed with your testimony. Let's hear about what you witnessed on the day of the incident, if you please.
I'd be planning to go back to Feeney's place after class was over. Feeney and Dougie, they were talking behind some building. And suddenly, Dougie got all wobbly and just collapsed. That's when Feeney noticed I was there, and I went to go and find other students, and they called the authorities.
I don't know what to say. According to you, Miss Hawthorne, the defendant didn't do anything wrong. Young lady. As old as I am, I can recall how hot the flames of young passion can burn. Nevertheless, it is my job to discover the truth. Please tell us the truth.
But I would never.
That's more than enough, witness. I won't allow this to continue. What do you mean by that? Please, just let me proceed with the cross-examination, Your Honor. I, for one, don't plan to win my case in a bunch of paper-thin lies.
Hey, you haven't changed a bit. Mia Faye.
What's this? So you two are acquainted?
Aye. So,
Yeah, we met before once. In any case, Miss Faye, your floor is all yours.
it's good to see you again, Madame Faye.
Madame.
I'd been planning to go back to Feeney's place after class was over.
Now, unless I'm mistaken, Feeney, you mean Mr. Wright is in... You mean Mr. Wright is in the art department?
Okay.
If that's the case, then what were you doing in the pharmacology building? Or by the pharmacology building?
Well, I'm in the literature department. I'm studying Japanese Senryu poetry.
Oh, how wonderful! Is that the humorous yet satirical style of Hako, yes?
Nothing left to do when a man reaches this age. Sleep is his best friend. For me to get to the art department, I've got to walk through that back area.
Oh, I see, that makes sense. When I want to enter the courthouse, I was walking through the front door. So who's this Dougie person?
Oh, I'm sorry, Doug Swallow. We were dating until about 8 months ago.
So, what was Dougie, Mr. Swallow and Mr. Wright talking about anyways?
How can you be so mean? I would never eavesdrop. I wasn't raised to be so rude and unrefined.
That's right, Miss Faye. Don't drag the witness down to your level. Please go on. What did you see next? Are you saying that the victim just collapsed on his own?
Aye.
In other words, the defendant never touched the victim, is that right?
I was watching the whole time. Feeney never did a thing to Dougie.
Feeble lies are not very becoming, Miss Hawthorne, so let's drop them, shall we?
What? I would never.
Miss Faye, I will not allow you to badger this witness. I believe the defense is engaged in a fishing expedition. That is, she has no supporting... Please don't glare at me like that, I'm just doing my job. Now then, Miss Hawthorne. The The defendant's palm print was found on Mr. Swallow's leather jacket. It has already been shown that Mr. Wright did in fact push the victim.
What?
There's no need to try and cover for the defendant. If you'd be much better if you came out and told us the whole truth. There's nothing wrong about it. Nothing to worry about, young lady. Just tell us everything you saw.
Yes, Your Honor, I will. If you don't mind, I'd like to revise my testimony. Actually, I didn't see the moment he pushed Dougie. It didn't look like they were fighting. I didn't hear anything unusual neither.
You didn't see it?
Well, I saw the moment Dougie fell on the ground.
And at that time there was only the two of them at the scene, yes? The defendant Phoenix Wright and the victim Doug Swallow.
Aye, that's right. It didn't look like they were fighting. I didn't hear anything unusual either. Or neither, what I originally said.
So then, what did it look like they were doing to you?
I thought they were having a nice friendly afternoon conversation. That's why I really wasn't watching them all that closely.
Did you notice anything out of the ordinary at all?
No, nothing at all you don't, Mr. Judge.
Oh, I like the sound of that, Mr. Judge. Yes, it's wonderful, yes. Now then, please proceed with your testimony.
I went to go and find the other students and they called the authorities.
When you say students, do you mean students from the pharmacology department?
Aye, they were all very fond of their drugs.
Please try and stay on topic. So to find some pharmacology students, you went to the labs, correct?
That's what I was planning to do, but in the end I wound up not going. A group of about 10 research students came running out of the building entrance. Somehow they don't seem to know what was going on.
But how could the students have known what's going on?
Well, I don't know for sure that they knew. I don't know for sure that they knew what had happened. They all seemed kind of excited about something.
So did the students call the police?
Aye. I was just so panicked.
Yes, well, anyone would have been, my dear.
What have we got we can use? What is the... I didn't mean to do that, but well. I meant to hit tab rather than that. Right. It'll be that and falling on the umbrella.
You say you didn't hear anything unusual, is that correct?
Aye, that's why I was very relaxed, looking at the scenery all around me.
That's very nice. That's nice, but I found that just a little odd. I have here the testimony of your boyfriend, Mr. Phoenix Wright, and he clearly testified to the effect that when he pushed the victim, he had a loud, sharp, he had a sharp, loud noise.
He said that?
If you were really that close to the two of them, why didn't you hear this noise as well? Well, maybe the noise just wasn't that memorable.
Objection!
But according to Mr. Wright's testimony, it was a sharp noise like a snap. There's no way a noise like that could fail to make an impression.
Oh, may I have a moment to answer?
By all means.
What are you doing? Huh? You want to go away or you want to cuddle? Can't have both. You can go away, you can cuddle. Right, you go away then. I know the reason why I didn't hear the noise. You see, the truth is, I had my headphones on. I was listening to music at the time.
Headphones, you mean that both your ears were covered?
The rain was just beginning to let up. But it seemed as though Thor wasn't ready for his fun to come to an end yet. We'll try that again. But it seemed as though Thor wasn't ready for his fun to come to an end yet. So the sky continued to flash and rumble.
Thunder and lightning, huh?
Aye, and I'm afraid of the sound of thunder. So I put my headphones on to block it out.
Well, Your Honor, as you can see, there weren't any contradictions in her testimony at all.
Sorry, this is so true in our house. Especially cat, can't you just...
Yeah, yep. Yep. Oh, no, wait, no. I realized after I hit that it was lightning.
What do you mean? Well, what is the problem?
Obvious, the problem claims she was listening to music.
Are you deaf? Did you pay attention to the testimony? She explained she was listening to music to cover up the sound of thunder. This famous warn you that can be more frightening than Zeus when I'm angry. Thanks. Well, the testimony seems very decisive. The only one that could have killed the victim was the defendant, Mr. Phoenix Wright.
No, please, I never meant to incriminate him. I suppose there was lightning. I realized that after I said it.
Your Honor, there's a problem with the witness's testimony. What do you mean? Didn't you notice she said there was lightning, correct? Yes, what about it? Well, lightning is actually a large discharge of electricity in the atmosphere, am I right? Now is not the time for a science lesson, Miss Fay. Yeah, Your Honor, anyway, the cause of death was electrocution. Isn't it possible that the victim died by being hit by a bolt of lightning? I must admit that thought had not occurred to me. This entire case is built around the premise that Mr. Doug Swallow was murdered. But that very premise itself is mistaken. The defense believes Mr. Swallow was in fact the victim of a stray bolt. It appears the defense may be onto something. Could it be that the death was actually accidental? The cat again. I am hurt that you have such a low opinion of me, Miss Fay.
What are you doing? What are you doing?
Huh? I'm not a fool, you know. The prosecution has done its research, Your Honor. We found that there were no lightning strikes on that day at that location.
Huh?
What's more, we have evidence that an electric cable is definitely linked to this case. Evidence, Mr. Penn? What is that evidence? This affidavit. Who is this affidavit from? Pharmacological students who were conducting experiments in the labs that day. Allow me to read out the testimony of the pharmacology student. All equipment in the labs lost power all of a sudden around 3 p.m. that day. Was this a blackout? All of the lab's equipment runs on high voltage, Aaron. So you're saying that the equipment lost power because, precisely. They lost power because of the severed electrical cable. The power outage occurred approximately 3 p.m., which fits the time of death listed in the autopsy report. Exactly. In other words, the victim died as a result of touching the severed electrical cable. According to the students, the cables were very old. They were planning on having them replaced in the near future. I see. Apparently the cables had just become so brittle that even the smallest bump would have caused them to break. However, there's one thing that troubles me. If the cables could have been broken by any small bump, then it wouldn't have snapped if it had been bumped into, correct? Then it wouldn't have snapped if it had been bumped into, correct? Well, you suppose you could say that. Miss Faye, do you have any thoughts regarding this cause of the severed cable? Your Honor. If it pleases the court, the defense would like to state its opinion. Well, then let's hear it. Who or what was it that caused the cable to break? I think it was the umbrella. I still think it's the umbrella. But it was near the electrical pole. This is it. This is why the cable snapped. Well, Your Honor, I believe that's the only thing that has snapped is the mind of the defense. Oh, that's one of your best lines yet, Your Honor.
Yes, not that's a bit harsh.
Please, Your Honor, give me one more chance. Well, then let's hear it. Who or what had caused the cables to break?
It wasn't the umbrella. Can't have been him. Can't read that. I think if it's going to be a person then. Is it going to be her? I just think that her would be just too much of a... too much of a... I don't want to say obvious, but you know what I mean. Right. Well, it's either her or it's him. See, it's caused the cable to break. That's the evidence we've got again. It's who or what caused the thing to break. Oh fuck, no, I didn't take my pills. I'll take them now. Take my tramadol. Other pills. So I took them at... yeah. It was nearest them at 1 o'clock. think it's a profile, and I think it's either her or him. Well, it would be him. What do you think, Zeb? Eeny, meeny, miny, mo. Yes. Your Honor, please think back to Mr. Wright's testimony. Hello, big fuzzy boy. You just want to be on my lap today, do you?
Think back to Mr. Wright's testimony. The defendant's testimony? He said that after he pushed the victim, he heard a loud, sharp noise. Now, this happened around 3 p.m., correct? Yes, that sounds about right. Were you saying that the lab equipment lost power at 2:55, which fits Mr. Wright's timeline? In other words, it was Mr. Wright's shove that caused the power outage. Yeah, the prosecution also came to that same conclusion. It was the very shove that caused Mr. Swallow to be electrocuted.
Objection!
I'm afraid that cannot be... I'm afraid I can't agree with you, Mr. Payne. What's that supposed to mean? Take a good look at where the victim landed after being shoved. See the umbrella? It's by the electrical pole. That's right. The victim banged into that pole as a result of being pushed. It was then that it was that impact that caused the cable to break. That makes sense. And then the victim was electrocuted. I'm sorry, Your Honor, but no, it don't make no sense for that. If the victim was shoved into the far pole, then he couldn't have been electrocuted by the severed cable in the foreground there. In other words, someone other than my client must have electrocuted the victim. Order in the court. It's true, the defense is absolutely correct. There doesn't seem to be a... Oh, she's cutting. Mr. Judge, sir, may I say something? The Madame Attorney's explanation. She said some things are a little different than I remember them. What the? Please, just once more. May I please testify one last time, please, Mr. Judge? Of course, it's alright. Just go ahead and give your testimony. Oh, Seb. The truth is, Finney pushed him twice. First time was at the electrical pole, that's when the cable broke. Then Dougie tried his best to run away from him, but Feeney caught up and crushed in him from behind. Cable snapped and Dougie being electrocuted. All occurred in less than a minute. So after being shoved, the victim got up and tried to run away. And that's when the defendant pushed him for the second time. I'm so sorry, Feeney, but I just have to tell the truth. I am doing the right thing, aren't I, Mr. Judge? Of course you are, my dear. As painful as it may seem, you are. Now then, Miss Fair, you may proceed with your cross-examination. I have a ridiculous cat. I don't know if you can see him. He's a void cat. The truth is, Feeney pushed him twice. Oh, good, I can use the mouse to press it. Miss Hawthorne, previously in your testimony you said the following. Actually, I didn't see the moment he pushed Dougie. I know, I'm sorry, I wanted to protect Feeney. So that's why you basically lied to the court? I was a bad girl, I know. Mr. Judge? Yes? Would you please forgive little old me? Of course you won't. What you did is called perjury. Oh, come now, it's a little white lie. Don't forget about it this time, and please be more careful next time, alright? From now on.
Oh, thank you very much, Mr. Judge.
Not at all.
The first time was an electrical pole, and that's when the cable broke.
So you're saying you actually saw the victim get pushed into the electrical pole?
I know he doesn't look it, but I know he don't look it, but Feeney can be an imp when he wants to be. But I never imagined that he would cause an electrical cable to break. Feeney really is scary when he gets mad.
Well, he sounds like a very dangerous individual indeed.
Then Dougie tried his best to run away from him.
So let me get this straight. You were happily listening to your music on your headphones while you watched this scene unfold.
Huh?
Miss Faye, I'll have to ask you to stop badgering the witness.
I wasn't happy. I was so scared I couldn't even move. All I could do was stand there and cheer him on.
Cheer them on? What do you mean by that?
Well, I wish the best for them both. That they would give each other the fight they're all. They would each give the fight their all.
That's very sweet of you. You're so supportive. So what happened after that?
But Feeney caught up and crashed into him from behind.
That doesn't sound quite right. Well, there were handprints found on the chest of the victim's leather jacket. Mr. Payne, but there are also prints found on the back of his leather jacket.
Well,
no, there wasn't.
Madam Faye, may I suggest you listen a little more carefully? I said he crashed into him from behind, right? My Feeney wouldn't leave any prints behind in that case, would he? Cable snapping and Dougie being electrocuted, it all occurred in less than a minute.
Did you actually witness the moment the victim was electrocuted?
I'm sorry, I didn't actually see it. I turned my eyes away. Somebody liked it.
That's understandable. Yes, indeed. It would have been a horrific sight for anyone to behold.
I know the contradiction, it's the best watch. It's that one, and then it's that picture.
Objection!
That's enough, witness.
I'm afraid I don't understand.
You will in a minute. Could you please take a look at this picture?
Oh, that medicine. That's the one Feeney likes to take for his cold.
It's not the medicine I want you to look at. It's the wristwatch. It stopped at the precise time the victim was electrocuted. In other words, 3:05 p.m. Yes, and your point is, Miss Faye? But my point is this. What time was it when the lab suffered that power outage due to the cable snapping? Well, according to the student's testimony, the answer is clear. 2:55. Would you care to explain to the court, Miss Dahlia Hairphone, what exactly happened during this 10-minute interval? The defense proposes that it was during this interval that the real murderer killed Mr. Doug Swallow. This is nonsense. The real murderer.
Objection!
Can I link to that as well?
You can't even deny that the time between the cable breaking and the electrocution are completely unaccounted for. Then who was it? What else are you saying? Who else are you saying could have done it? There's only one person that could have murdered Mr. Swallow. After my client had left the scene, and there was a window of opportunity for the real killer. Miss Faye, is the defense really ready to indict someone as a real killer? Yeah, Your Honor, we're ready. Very well, but remember, if you accuse the wrong person, I'll penalize you. Think very carefully when you speak, Miss Faye. Now then, Miss Faye, who's the real killer? It's you.
Take that!
It could only have been you, Delia Hawthorne.
What? Oh, how can you?
The defense is grasping at straws. 10 minutes passed between the time the cable broke and the time of the table broke and the time of the electrocution. What exactly were you doing this whole time, Miss Hawthorne? Were you really listening to the music while cheering them both on as they fought? I find it hard to believe that you didn't lift a finger to stop the men dearest to you. Order, Miss Faye. My voice is beginning to go. I need to drink 1 second. Order, Miss Faye. What, I mean, why is this, Miss Hawthorne, I believe you did witness the two men fighting on the day. However, after Mr. Wright pushed the victim and subsequently left the scene, it was you who pushed Mr. Swallow to his death by your own 2 hands.
How can you say something so mean, Madam Faye? I didn't do anything.
Miss Faye, it's a very serious charge you are.
Your Honor, but please, I have something I want to say.
You? What is it?
Please strike everything defense says just now from the record.
What the? Are you daft?
You're totally wrong, Miss Faye. Dolly, she couldn't do something like that.
Mr. Wright, get back to your seat. Bailiff, grab that man.
Leave my dolly alone.
That boy.
Well, that boy, he's got himself way over his head.
Oh, Mr. Grossberg, you're back.
It seems I arrived in the nick of time. I found the police report on that incident in your newspaper clipping.
Thank you so much. This is exactly what I've been hoping for.
You'd better take a good look at it. It, details how you came to lose your boyfriend.
Now then, the defense has made a very serious accusation. Mr. Payne, what do you have to say about this? Well, really, Your Honor, that is,
May I interrupt you for just a moment, Mr. Prosecutor?
Don't worry, my dear, you have the situation well in hand. That is, go right ahead, yes.
Madam Faye, are you seriously accusing me of killing my sweet doggy?
Yes, sorry. Yeah, I am. Not only am I saying you murdered Doug Swallow, but you also tried to pin the whole thing on your current lover, Mr. Phoenix Wright. I told you that you should let me handle this. Sorry, please go ahead.
How can you say that? I'm absolutely devoted to me, dear Feeney. The notion that I would try to frame him is ludicrous. It's all just too much for a little old me to bear.
I believe the girl is trying to ask what on earth her motive would be.
Hey, AJ. Yep, this is the start of the third game, which has got a case 5 years in the past, where Phoenix Wright was a strange university student that apparently pushed someone into an electric cable.
I need to move you, Mr. Cat, because you're very heavy. 8 months ago, an incident occurred on the basement cafeteria of this building. And then, the same day, the two of them accidentally met. Your Honor, the defense requests further testimony from Miss Dahlia Hawthorne. Further testimony? About what? Sorry, what about? About the events of the day that she first met the defendant, Mr. Phoenix Wright. What could that possibly have to do with this case?
Objection!
The witness claims that she had no reason to frame the defendant, am I correct? Well, I have evidence to suggest that she, in fact, had very good reason. Very well. Court grants the defense request. Young lady, would you mind staying on a bit longer?
Of course not, Mr. Judge. How I met my Feeny. I first met me darling Feeny around 8 months ago. It's like we were destined to meet in this very courthouse's basement reading room. The moment our eyes met, my heart skipped a beat. We've been going out ever since that fateful day. We're so lovey-wovey we make other people sick. It's just jealousy, I think. Oh wait, was that him? That was him again.
Mr. Wright, do that again, you'll be held in contempt of court.
As we used to say in the days of my youth, go get her.
Zeb, you're ridiculous.
Hold it!
So what, until that time you've been dating a dog swallow, yeah?
Oi, I'm a real fool, I know. Letting my emotions change so quickly, I'm ashamed of myself.
No, not at all, not at all. Look at me, I'm infamous for changing my mind. My critics have even taken to calling me Judge Fickle.
Despite that, however, he always hands down the correct verdict. That's why some people also call him the Great Judgini.
It's like we were destined to meet in this very courtroom's basement reading room.
Courthouse reading room? It's a strange place to meet the love of your life.
That's not true, Madam Faye. After all, Feeny was, Feeny was not only an art student, he's also planning to become a lawyer.
I'm not talking about him, I'm talking about you, Mr. Hawthorne. What was a literature student like you doing in a courthouse reading room? This line of questioning is a waste of time. It has nothing to do with our murder case. Miss Faye, I'm warning you, this has nothing to do with Mrs. Swallow's case. Your Honor, if you allow me some latitude, I think I can establish relevance. Please allow us to continue with our testimony. Very well, and Eddie, I've got a similar question for you. What were you doing downstairs in the courthouse reading room?
To please Your Honor, the answer is simply this. I had come to the courthouse to do some research on a paper I was writing.
You were writing a paper? On what?
On the relationship between modern samurai poetry and the criminal underworld.
Oh, that sounds like a fascinating research idea.
They really are, aren't they? Am I getting old? Am I getting old? Now I've even forgotten what I've forgotten. It's a really bad IQ, that.
Mia, why did that girl really come to the courthouse? Isn't that something you wanted to know? And speaking of forgetting things, you haven't forgotten the police report, have you? I went through a lot of trouble to get it, my dear, so please be sure to read it carefully.
So I read the police report back, so we're not looking at that yet.
Objection!
Miss Hawthorne, you won here because of your research paper, were you? Didn't you actually come here for a much more important reason? What is the meaning of that cocky smile in your face, Miss Fay? 8 months ago, right here in this very courthouse, there was another tragedy. Another tragedy? Do you mean the incident in which the attorney was poisoned? The name of the suspect in the incident is listed here in the report. And that name is Dahlia Hawthorne. Dahlia Hawthorne? Yeah, the sweetie pie of everyone's eye, Miss Dahlia Hawthorne. Sorry, I just need to move the cat a minute, because he's a bit big for trying to get cuddles as he's one. We're trying to keep cuddling him as we go along. She was the prime suspect in a criminal case just 8 months ago. Order. This is unbelievable. He's true then. The loveliest rose, something or other. He's fair, that's not fair. You can't slander my witness for an unrelated case. I, Winston Payne, will not allow it.
Mr. Prosecutor, I believe I was speaking.
Oh, pardon me. Go right ahead.
It's true, about 8 months ago, police expressed some interest in me.
Express some interest, huh?
Mr. Judge, sir, I know I'm under oath, so I'll tell you the absolute truth. I did not commit the crime that occurred during this incident 8 months ago.
I see.
Hold on, man. Oh, there's really little fire in my heart and my buttocks. I can hardly tell which is more inflamed, my spirit or my hemorrhoids.
I met the lawyer who was poisoned and discussed something in the cafeteria that day. I left my seat for just a moment and that's when it happened. From what I heard, it was liquid poison that is lethal at just 2 teaspoons. Not only that, I heard it was a very special kind of poison. So you see, I'm innocent. I wouldn't even know where to get a poison like that.
So that's what happened here 8 months ago. However, if you've heard the witness's testimony, she had nothing to do with it. I think the defense is about out of tricks. I'm terribly sorry, Mr. Payne, but I'm afraid the defense has many more tricks up its sleeve. And I'll be sure to show them to you before the end of this cross-examination. What the? Why does the defense suddenly feel stronger? Whoa.
Oh, Mia, you're glowing with the true Moira's aura, my dear. That proud posture and self-confidence, absolutely smashing.
I met the lawyer who was poisoned and discussed something in the cafeteria that day.
What were you discussing about the defense attorney?
Well, I'm sorry, but that's confidential.
According to the report, you're being interviewed regarding another case.
The lawyer that was killed. He said he wanted to talk about the incident I was caught up in when I was younger.
Why don't you tell us what that incident was? That has absolutely nothing at all to do with this case. Judges stand. The defense's question is triggered from the record. You get involved in a lot of incidents, don't you, Miss Hawthorne?
Well, I guess I was born under a bad sign.
Don't worry, Dolly. I'll protect you.
You heard that, man? Now that is true love, young lady.
Oh, Feeny, please. He left me seat for just a moment, and that's when it happened. From what I heard, it was liquid poison as lethal with just 2 teaspoons.
About how much liquid is 2 teaspoons? Well, let me see. My bottle of eye drops is half a fluid ounce, which is equal to 3 teaspoons.
Yeah, sure. You would get good for you now? If you let me get to the end of the spell. You are an absolute joke right now. You big bold pot. The poison was found in a lawyer's mug of coffee. Must have been after I left the table. Someone must have quietly slipped it in there. Not only that, it was a special kind of poison.
Special kind of poison? How so?
Well, I heard that it's almost impossible to detect.
Oh? Then where would something like that come from?
I'm sorry, all I know is I overheard what the policeman said. He said something about abusing advanced chemical processes to purify it.
Chemical processes? Well, that's quite, impressive. Most impressive.
That's,
Objection!
You wouldn't know how to get that kind of poison? I don't believe you.
What?
In fact, I know you had easy access to that kind of poison, didn't you? At your boyfriend's lab. Boyfriend? You mean the victim, Doug Swallow? That's right. Up until 8 months ago, Miss Hawthorne was dating Mr. Swallow. And if you recall, Mr. Swallow was a pharmacology student at the Ivy University. Pharmacology? His laboratory contained highly advanced chemistry equipment. In fact, without such equipment, the culprit could never have obtained such a rare and special poison. Hey Sharon, how's it going? Well, Miss Hawthorne, it seems you had access to such a poison after all. And then it was a matter of slipping it into the victim's coffee when he wasn't looking. The only person who could have done that was the one sitting at this very table. You. Order. Could it be? That's nothing but defenseless defensive.
May I say something, Madam Faye?
What is it, Miss Hawthorne?
The amount of poison in the coffee was 2 teaspoons, correct? In order to carry that much liquid, you would need some kind of a container.
Well, yes, that's true.
I was searched immediately after the incident took place.
Quite true. In fact, the entire courthouse was turned upside down.
But they didn't find the suspicious container anywhere, did they?
Well, you could have reasonably got rid of something that small.
Excuse me, ma'am, but this is a court of law. If you're saying I threw the poison container away, I think you show some kind of proof. You need to show some kind of proof.
Proof? But we know what the proof is.
Unless we can come up with some kind of evidence, we're going to lose this lead.
You're going to accuse a young lady of committing the murder. Then where's the container of poison that was carried in? What happened to it? You were forced to get rid of the container in a hurry, weren't you? And that's why you passed it on to someone who had nothing to do with the case. Someone that you knew wouldn't be searched. Who is this person? Phoenix Wright, of course. So the defendant was a witness's accomplice? Of course not. She gave the poison to him and disguised as a present.
What? But that's...
That's a charming little necklace. Is this bottle? It's really quite cute. So what about it? What does it mean, Miss Faye? The day the witness met and fell for Mr. Phoenix Wright was 8 months ago. August 27th, the very same day as the poisoning incident. Under the presence of a pretense of love, the witness gave my client the present. All for the purpose of hiding the one piece of evidence that would put her away, or give her away. What? Are you saying there's deadly poison in here? No, there's no longer any poison in that bottle. However, I'm certain that the crime lab were to analyze it, they would find a trace amount.
You're a ridiculous cat.
Order in the court.
On behalf of Dolly, I object.
Mr. Wright, control yourself.
I won't let you bully her like this.
Mr. Wright, I thought I told you to stay in your seat. Mr. Wright, Donnie. Mr. Wright, why? Why are you going into so much trouble to protect her?
Why? Because I'm madly in love with her.
Madly in love. I haven't heard anyone say that in a long time. Mr. Wright, have you ever thought about this? Why exactly would a woman like Dahlia Hawthorne want to date you anyway?
Well, I guess she must be madly in love with me too.
At this point in the trial, I think it should be obvious to everyone the real reason that Dahlia Hawthorne is dating you is Dahlia Hawthorne was not and is not madly in love with you. The only thing she's after is that bottle necklace you love to wear around your neck.
My necklace?
Back there in the waiting room, you said it yourself. Yeah, but
she's so shy. Every time I see her, she's always says same thing to me. Please give it back now.
What a strange girl asking for a present back like that.
Dahlia Hawthorne, the necklace is irrefutable evidence to her crime. That's why she absolutely had to get it back.
You're lying.
But you never gave it back to her. And to make things worse for her, you insisted on showing it to everyone you met. That's why she... I
don't believe you. Oh, that's a lie. Yeah, you are right. The defendant, he's getting away. Bailiff, hurry. After him.
Mia, are you alright?
Yeah, I think so. That boy.
Well, that boy, he went completely insane.
Where's Mr. Wright?
It looks like the bailiff caught him, so he should be back soon enough.
Thank goodness. Oh no.
What is it?
The bottle necklace. Miss Hawthorne's present. It's gone.
What? That's terrible.
Mr. Wright must have grabbed it when he slammed into me.
Foolish boy, that's the only thing that could have saved him. What in the blazes are we supposed to do now?
Mr. Wright, this sort of behavior is unprecedented in the history of this court.
I'm sorry.
I'm afraid your apology is not enough. Mr. Wright, what did you do with the bottle necklace?
Forgive me, I'm sorry.
It's okay, just give me back the necklace.
I ate it.
You what? You ate it?
It was too big to swallow, so I had to chew it into little bits first, but yeah.
What the?
What?
What's he doing now? Your Honor, you've got to stop the trial. Mr. Wright, are you feeling okay? Does your stomach hurt? Well, you swallowed may have had some poison left in it. It seems the defendant has proven the prosecution's case for us. Clearly that bottle did not contain a deadly poison. How can you be so sure? I think it's obvious. As you can see, the defendant is still very much alive. As for the poison, more likely a flirting device, letting defense attorneys overactive more likely flirting the defense attorneys overactive imagination. Third would say.
Objection!
No, there's gotta be some mistake. The bottle must not have had any poison left in it. Either that or the poison must have lost its potency. It's alright, Rookie. Trusting your client is the most noble thing a defense attorney can do. And it's heartwarming to see that you placed this much faith in Mr. Wright. But that's not how it is for the prosecution side too. That's how it is for the prosecution side too. For example, I would trust the witness Miss Hawthorne with her very life, which is why I can state your assessment of her is completely wrong. That's enough. Unfortunately, Miss Fay, I cannot accept your explanation of events. But why? It's very impossible for a beginner like you to understand, but in a court of law, evidence is everything. Yeah. Well, now the suspicion surrounding Miss Hawthorne has been cleared up, I would like to proceed with the trial. Mr. Wright?
I'm sorry, Miss Fay. I totally slipped my mind. I'm really sorry. I know you believed in me and I feel like I really let you down.
Mr. Wright, what are you trying to say?
There's something I forgot to tell you.
Well, what is it?
That day I met Doug Swallow.
That girl, you shouldn't see her anymore.
Hey, it's none of your business.
I'm telling you for your sake. If you see her, it's going to be bad news.
You're lying.
Just listen to me. There's something you need to know about that girl. Last night, someone stole some poison from her lab.
Poison?
The same thing happened 8 months ago. A drug sample was stolen. She came to the lab at that time too. It could only have been her. That girl is a thief.
Stop it. Don't talk about her like that.
Is this true? Did he really say that?
That's ridiculous.
That's ridiculous.
There's one more thing. After I pushed him that day, I got worried and came back to have a look. She was there. Dolly was right there. She was crouched next to him.
What?
She told me not to ever tell anyone about it, but I'm sorry, Dolly.
Your Honor, you all know this is the defendant is
Miss Fay, you tell them. Dolly didn't do it. She's innocent.
So Dahlia stole poison 8 months ago too, huh? Put that together with Mr. Wright's testimony, then there's only one possible conclusion.
The defense believes that Miss Dahlia Hawthorne stole some poison the night before she killed Doug Swallow. Night before? Naturally, her motive for stealing it was to kill someone.
Miss Fay,
If you're certain of your theory, let me ask you this. Exactly who was Miss Delia Hawthorne planning to kill?
Well, it's either gonna be him or her, isn't it? I have a feeling it's probably him.
There's only one person standing squarely in Miss Delia Hawthorne's way, and that person was Mr. Phoenix Wright.
Me?
That's preposterous. After all, it was Dog Swallow that was murdered. Well, it's true that's how things worked out. But let's remember that Mr. Swallow died of electrocution, not poison. The person that Miss Hawthorne was planning to poison was in fact you, Mr. Phoenix Wright. There's no one else that it could have been. But how would you be so sure? I thought Mr. Wright and Miss Hawthorne were in love. As I said before, the only thing Miss Hawthorne truly cared about was the one piece of evidence linking her to that incident 8 months ago. That's right, the bottle necklace. That's all she cared about. But even so, why would she go as far as murder him? 8 months ago, just after the fall of that attorney in the cafeteria, the basement cafeteria. Hello. Delia Hawthorne could think of only one thing. How to get rid of the bottle necklace as quickly as possible.
No, it can't be.
It was a pretty good move she made too. The evidence was missing for a long time, but there was just one big problem. Although she got him to hide the evidence, Mr. Wright refused to return it to her. To him, the tiny little bottle was a cherished treasure, even though he showed it to everyone he met. You mean that's why she tried to kill Mr. Wright? Correct, Your Honor. It was to retrieve that piece of evidence.
That can't be true.
Feeny, what a joke you are. Honestly, how can any woman ever count on you for anything? I even told you time and time again to keep your trap shut about me and that necklace. You disgust me.
Miss Hawthorne? It appears that we're nearing the end of this trial.
Fine. I can tell you plan on making me into a criminal no matter what I say.
You are a criminal, Miss Hawthorne.
You'll see about that, but first, where's your evidence? Seems your sniveling little crybaby of a client is eating the bottle as a snack. Well, hey old man, you senile or something? Why don't you say something instead of sitting there with a dumb look on your face?
Miss Hawthorne, what's happened to you?
Are you really that shocked? Or do you prefer me this way, Mr. Judge? With absolutely no proof, you treat a voluntary witness like she's a mass murderer. Well, I have nothing more to say, and I'll be heading home now if you don't mind.
But we're not finished yet.
Fine. Then I'm gonna ask this nasty old hag to finish up already.
Stop, Mia. If you keep pushing without any evidence, you could pay the ultimate price as a liar.
The ultimate price? You'll be forced to take off your attorney's badge forever, I'm afraid.
No! You better think it over carefully, Miss Fay, or should I say Miss Grey?
Well, Miss Fay, can you provide evidence to establish her guilt once and for all? Oh, hang on, I'm being waved by Meow that she really needs me to get fit for her. So I'm going to very quickly bound to get that before we do the end of this trial, otherwise, because I've been making her wait for 10 minutes so far, so I'll be back in 2 minutes.
Alright, we are back. Apologies for that. Between now leaving things off high shelves and this boy being an absolute pain tonight. He's being the most cuddly thing he's been ever. It's been a bit difficult to get up and back down again.
Your Honor, the defense would like to present proof. Impossible. You can't possibly.
Stupid woman.
The opinion of the court has there's been enough discussion. Therefore, I will only allow one piece of evidence to be presented. Just one? If you're unable to establish your guilt, then I'm afraid that very harsh verdict will immediately handed down on Mr. Wright.
I understand, Your Honor.
I understand, Your Honor.
I can just imagine the headlines for tomorrow's newspaper. Up-and-coming lawyer plummets to earth before she gets a chance to soar.
Well then, Miss Fair, please present your evidence. Show the court irrefutable proof that Miss Hawthorne was planning to poison Mr. Wright.
Well, if it's evidence, the only thing I have that she was doing when she was holding was that. So let's try that.
Here it is, Your Honor. The evidence that will prove her guilt once and for all.
Because I've not had these in years.
Cold Killer X. Mr. Phoenix Wright's beloved cold medicine. Does our rookie defense attorney have a bit of a cold?
I thought maybe drinking. Halfway next year. Cat cafe manager.
If I did, I still wouldn't take this cough medicine. After all, it's been poisoned. What? Remember what the defendant said in his testimony?
But I lost my bottle around lunchtime the day of the accident. I was eating McDonald's, just the two of us.
She was the one who took his bottle of Coke Killer X. And then she poisoned it, knowing that Mr. Wright was gonna take some. Now you're really grasping at straws. After all, it was the victim, Doug Swallow, who was holding the medicine.
I would like the court to recall the crime that happened here 8 months...
I'd like the court to recall the crime that happened here 8 months ago. Where did Miss Hawthorne hide the evidence? What are you talking about? 8 months ago, the poison was hidden in her bottle necklace, which she gave to someone else for safekeeping. Someone she had accidentally run into in the reading room by Clyde, Mr. Phoenix Wright. Yeah, that's right, she did the same thing in this as well. After shoving the victim, Mr. Phoenix Wright left the scene of the crime. That was when the murderer, Dahlia Hawthorne, appeared. With her, she was carrying a poisoned bottle of Coke Killer X. This, of course, was so she could carry out her plan to murder Phoenix Wright. Hard to believe she did testify. I believe she did testify she was going to meet with the defendant. Yeah, and she heard and saw everything that happened at the crime scene of the crime, including what the defendant and victim were arguing about and the cut electrical cable. That's when she realized that can't allow Doug to live. She used the severed electrical cable to silence him forever. Unfortunately for her, this is when the problem occurred. Mr. Wright, who she thought had left the scene, came back to check on the victim. And on top of that, because the power outage, some of the students showed up as well. It's hardly any wonder that she was, as she put it, in a state of panic. Recall that she was carrying a bottle of poisoned cold medicine. She must have thought, what if they search me, like they did 8 months ago? 8 months ago? Yeah, they disposed of it, so she disposed of the evidence exactly the same way she did back then. She had someone else hold it, in this case, Doug Swallow.
Oh, come on now, everyone. Surely you weren't fooled, are you? This stupid woman, she's nothing but a filthy, stinking liar. Right, Mr. Prosecutor?
Huh? Yes, that's exactly right. It's pure desperation.
Objection!
I wonder which one of us is the desperate one. So, Miss Hawthorne, this cold medicine, I wonder if you wouldn't mind taking some. Well, Mr. Wright ate that necklace of yours, right? Now it's your turn to prove your innocence. What do you say? If I'm just a filthy, stinking liar, there's no need to worry. So come on, show us. I dare you to take some of this medicine right now. Mia Fey.
Mia Fey. Do you think you've won? Well, do you, Mia Fey?
That's just fine. For the time being, victory is yours.
For the time being?
Well, I have a very long memory, you know. You and I will meet again, I'm certain of it. Well then, Mr. Judge, I'll see you later too, okay?
Huh? Yes.
I'm going to go spend a little quality time with Men in Blue now. I wish you all the best. That's a very good point, AJ.
I refuse to accept this. The defense hasn't shown the scrap of evidence to support their outrageous claim. But even so, your witness seems to have accepted it. I don't care, I'm Winston Payne. I don't believe one word this rookie lawyer has said. Well then, Mr. Payne, let me ask you this. Yeah? Would you care to try this cold medicine? What? Just a little earlier, I could have sworn you said... They're alright, it's alright, rookie. For example, I would trust a witness with Hawthorne with my very life. So if she's so trustworthy, then I'm sure there couldn't be any possibility there's poison in here, right? And here comes the backpedal. Come on now, rookie killer. Show this rookie how it's done. How much do you really have for this woman? You willing to bet your life?
My hair is flying off a beautiful air. Ah.
Mr. Payne, about Dahlia Hawthorne. Yes, Your Honor, I filed papers for her immediate arrest. It's tragic, but not surprising. I knew there was something suspicious about her from the very beginning. By the way, Miss Fay. Yeah, Your Honor. Was it just me, or did you and Miss Dahlia Hawthorne seem to know each other? Your Honor, whether we do or not has no bearing on this case. Very well. Mr. Payne. This can't be happening. It's a nightmare. It's like losing to my daughter. It appears Mr. Payne has lost his spirit along with his hair. Does it defend of anything further to say? Can't be true. My dear. Darling. Very well. Then I believe we're ready to pass judgment to bring this trial to an end. The court finds the defendant Mr. Phoenix, right? Not guilty. Ticker tape time. This court is adjourned.
Milo, you were wonderful in there.
Thank you for everything, Mr. Grossberg.
During the verdict, I thought my hemorrhoids were going to explode like Mount Vesuvius.
Mr. Grossberg, do you maybe think you could stop talking about them?
That's rather rude. Anyway, this case really made me think. What does it really mean to have a relationship of mutual trust with the client? Perhaps it is when we veteran lawyers who have lost sight of this.
Oh, Mr. Wright there, congratulations.
Thanks. You know, I was thinking.
Go on.
The dolly I saw up there in the witness stand. I don't think that was really her.
What?
Yeah, dolly I know could never have done those kind of terrible things. Maybe she was like, I don't know, a fake or something.
You need to forget about her, Mr. Wright, for your own sake.
Yeah, you're probably right. It's probably for the best.
Also, you need to relax a bit more. Try to grow up a little.
But out of all my friends, everyone says I'm the most grown up. Right now, I'm starting to be a lawyer myself.
That's what you keep saying. But I thought you were in the art department.
Well, yeah, I am. But there's a friend and I desperately want to help. And if I hurry, I should be able to save him in time.
I see.
Same as Faye. A lawyer is someone who can help people when they're in trouble, right?
Mr. Wright, I'm still new at this myself. But I think that's exactly what a lawyer is, yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna do it. I'll study my butt off. I'll become a lawyer for sure. I hope. I hope we see each other again. Something.
It's been 5 years since I was acquitted of all charges. I became a lawyer like I planned and managed to save my friend. But Mia has passed on to a better place. For me, this trial brings up a lot of painful memories. But it also brings up very precious ones. Memories that I thought would never rise to surface again. Mia is gone now. But even so, I can hear her in my mind.
Phoenix, no matter what, always believe in your client. In the court of law, your greatest weapon is your belief.
Mia died in game 1. You don't remember? She was like the second case. Oh, Mia's still alive somewhere, but Mia's dead. And Mia keeps coming back, and because she's a spirit medium, she keeps haunting people, and you keep seeing her. Well, she does keep coming back, and like she keeps possessing their like cousin or something, and the cousin as well. Yeah. And Pearl goes from being an 8-year-old to being like a 40-year-old with massive tits, and you're like, fuck is going on? 5 long years, something has happened that made me think back to her words of wisdom. But that's a story for another day. Episode 1, the end.
The new game that's coming out, they've drawn his son.
Oh, this is the guy with the magical mask that we've been seeing in all the things. Okay. Well, I think there's only 4 cases in this one. So what we're going to do is we're going to do case 1 and 2 tonight, and then we'll do 3 on Thursday, and then we might do Thursday. Might do the 4th one on Sunday, or we might do it next week. It depends roughly how we think things are going.
Depends on how much you want to kill the Tues.
Also depends how long case 2 takes us. Like, we finish it in like 2 hours, then we'll be like, fuck, we might as well start case 3.
Detective, we made it. Oh, what a relief. Glad the jewel is still safe. Oh, you said it, pal. It must have been a rock-solid security that scared them off. Would you mind opening the safe just to double-check?
Ah, we've been had.
Mask to mask, salutations.
Out front guards. Turn on the searchlights.
Better luck next time, gentlemen.
The flying jewel thief always gets his man. Excuse me, but I'm afraid I must be leaving now. I've got a moon to reach. We shall meet again when the next moon is full. Robbed by midnight, you hate to say it exactly. 24th October the 11th.
Hey, Nick, I know I'm a sister, but I still got the same voice, because, you know, that's the way we ran this game. Get a load of this, Nick. Hey, are you all listening to me? You can clean the toilet later, this is important.
What are you freaking out about now?
Today will be the last time you talk to me that way. We're about to hit the big time.
Big time? What do you mean by we? You don't mean you and me are...
Ah, don't be silly. I'm talking about me and Burley, of course.
Oh, hello! It's been a pleasure to see you again, Mr. Nick. Pearls, you haven't changed a bit. Wait, what are you doing here anyway?
Haven't you heard, Mr. Nick? Yeah, take a look at this.
Crane Village, is that...
That's right, in her hometown. Pearly and mine, that is.
What's this about treasures from the Bunnies? What the fuck are the Bunnies?
Ah, very funny. You can laugh all you want. but you'll be singing another tune tonight.
Tonight? What about tonight? The Treasures of Kurain exhibit didn't actually start until next week, but the promoter sent us out some special VIP entry passes.
That's why I dressed up extra special today. What do you think, Nick? I look exactly the same as I always do, but I'm wearing, like, you know, a different colored band or something.
This young lady here is Maya Fey, the younger sister of Mia Fey, my friend and mentor. I first met her 2 years ago, after Mia was killed. I was working on the case surrounding Mia's death, and ever since then...
I've been the one who's been helping keep this law office afloat from behind the scenes. Actually, that's just a cover for...
Oh, actually that's a cover of her true identity. In reality, she's a spirit medium and a bit of a shady character.
Hey, who you calling shady?
And this little girl is Pearl Fey, but I usually call her Pearls. She is Maya's cousin and a spirit medium in training herself. I know I'm a bit young, but I want to help in any way I can, Mr. Nick. Kurain Village is the home of the mysterious Kurain channeling technique. And Maya here is the daughter of the Kurain School of Channeling's master. I know it sounds ridiculous, but it's no joke. I've seen her power with my own eyes. It's the real thing, alright.
Up to Nick, how long you gonna make two gorgeous women like us wait?
Yes, Mr. Nick, I can't wait any longer. I want to see the exhibit. Lordy Taylor. Lordly Taylor, main exhibit hall.
Lordly Taylor, the city's fanciest and most expensive department store.
I'm pretty impressed. Oh, good God.
Wow, this is awesome.
Yeah, you can make the cheapest junk look great. All depends on how you display it. Oh, they even have a dusty old hanging scroll that is in the Fey Manor storeroom.
Oh yeah, I remember scribbling on that when I was a little girl. Say, Nick, the person in charge of this exhibition is waiting for us in the basement warehouse.
Alright. October 11th, Lordly Taylor Basement Warehouse. Yep, this is the basement warehouse, alright. This place is scary. I feel like a monster could jump out at any time.
Don't be scared, Pearly. I'll protect you.
I need a voice for this one, so any suggestions for voices for this one? Oh, Mr. Wright.
Hey, a monster. You alright?
Oh God, it's her again. Okay, so yeah, any voice suggestions for this one? Oh, that bottle finished. Okay. The Joker. Okay. Good evening. It's good to see you again. Yeah, I know you. It's nice to see you again too, little miss. Depends which Joker I'm going for, I suppose. You do the whole with it. Oh, hello.
Is she a friend of yours, Nick? And how'd you know her, Pearly?
Oh, that's good. That's good. That means I'll be able to easily get through tonight then.
Yeah. I was getting worried.
Adrian Andrews, right, okay.
I'm gonna do the
Joker. Gotta try and talk a bit more like this. Alright, I'm gonna try and get into character. Nice to meet you. I'm Adrian Andrews. I'm in charge of this promotion and planning for this
treasure exhibit. I'm also responsible for the security arrangements. Nice to meet you. So this is the warehouse. The really valuable exhibit items are still stored away in here.
I hope that's a good way, or for a good reason rather than a bad one.
It really has been a long time, hasn't it, Mr. Wright? Nick, what's going on? Who is this woman?
Why are you freaking out on me?
What the? I just thought I'd be more dramatic if I got all worked up, that's all. Mystic Mayor, you shouldn't let him off the hook so easily. Mr. Wright was there for me when I really needed help. It was something that happened 7 months ago.
You remember, don't you, the Nickel Samurai case?
Not really. I was stuck in a dark wine cellar. Did that escape your memory, Nick? After that, I quit being a manager and started this job.
Well, that's tough. I'm sorry, Miss Andrews, if it wasn't for us.
No, don't say that. I'm glad the whole thing happened. Thanks to you and everyone else involved, I was able to change my whole life. I'm really grateful.
I'm really impressed, Miss Andrews. Handling a huge exhibit like this must be very tiring.
Well, Lordly Taylor is celebrating the 200th anniversary this year. The works on display in the main exhibition hall are worthy of the finest museums. Woohoo, did you hear that, Burley? The finest museums. Yes, I did. That's really wonderful.
So this basement warehouse is pretty well protected, huh?
Of course it is. After all, there are some priceless treasures here. Security guards are all very highly trained as well.
The computer looks hooked up security camera above.
That means what?
The camera is set up to take a photo of anyone that goes in or out of the storeroom. Then that data from the camera uploads to the computer here. That's what.
I see, that's some pretty high-tech stuff.
It's a security camera that's trained in the warehouse store.
It's set up to take a picture of anyone that enters or exits the door. An ounce of prevention is worth a pound of cure, they say.
Right, okay. So, we can slide. So we have this fuckery here.
Mystic Mayor, take a look next to the door. That's Mystic Amy, right? Yes, that's the statue of the woman who invented the Korean channeling technique, Amy Faye. This statue was on loan from one of the training halls of the Faye branch family. In fact, it just arrived this morning.
Welcome back, Shona. Yeah, that's fine. What's that creepy looking thing she's holding?
Don't ask me, how should I know?
Well, you are the future master, right?
Maybe so, but that's the first time I ain't seen that statue. That thing is the Korean
Was it Sashisheto? Shishishato? Shishishato.
Shishishato. It's a ceremonial sword. It's not a real weapon, but the blade's not even sharp. Oh, Phooey, I wanted to cut something.
Can we up Maya's drunkenness level by 10%? Okay.
Phooey, I wanted to cut something.
What are you eyeing me for?
Oh, look, it's already 8 o'clock. Have you all eaten yet?
Well, actually...
I've already made a reservation at the restaurant on the 12th floor. Why don't we all dine together? I like the sound of that dine. It sounds so fancy.
I love the kids' lunch.
Pearly is dinner, not lunch. Dinner. Why don't you go for it and we'll eat your fill with a kid's dinner.
Okay, in that case, one kid's dinner for me.
Shall we head upstairs then?
Oh god. They've added something new, Meow. Do you want popularity by followers and viewers on?
Damn you.
Yeah, you can't see the link. Yeah, we banned big follows. We banned big follow. And they've managed to get around that.
Oh, there's Trixie, those bots.
Anyway, after a pleasant evening, all that remained was to wait for the exhibition opening. Wonderful seeing Miss Andrews looking so happy. None of us could have imagined
that the very next day the dog would return. I mean, the very next day something terrible would happen.
October 12th, 10:09 a.m.
Hey,
Am I still to have Mayor's drunk?
hey Nick, this is terrible. Why, you're cleaning the toilet again? Stop doing that, Nick. I never knew you were such a toilet freak.
Give me a break, would you? My brain just hit the snooze button for the 5th time. I'm going to turn on the television.
We have an update on the recent treasure heist. Based on the clues found at the scene of the crime, authorities have announced they believe it was the work of the renowned mask,
Pentagram star,
Demask.
they've renowned
Phantom Thief, Mask Demask.
Mask the Mask?
According to the spokesperson, Lord Lee Taylor received a threat letter some days ago. This is the 5th heist by the Phantom Thief who has only targeted rare treasures.
Lordy Taylor?
Well, Nick, what are you gonna do? Don't you dare go back to scrubbing that toilet.
Treasure? Lordy Taylor, you don't think?
Yeah, I don't think. Now get up, Nick. Something was stolen by Master Mask. The most valuable treasure. The Korean sacred urn was stolen.
What? Refresh my memory a little. What is this sacred urn?
It's only the most important treasure in Korean village, that's all. Look, it's right here on the poster. Don't you remember what's inside? The urn contains a very important soul, even though it was broken in the previous episode. Namely, the soul of Mystic Amy Faye, the founder of the Korean channeling technique. Right, Pearly?
Ah, yes, that's right. That's actually quite true, yes.
Oh, hold up. I thought the urn had the name Amy written on it. Now it says I am. Any idea how that happened, Burley?
Well, there are some things best left unsolved, wouldn't you say, Mr. Nick? One year ago, there was a murder in Crane Village. It's reminding us of all the previous games. Sacrificial urn that turned out to be an important clue in that case. Last year's incident.
That was terrible. I was arrested and everything. I mean, we can't seem to get through a Phoenix Wright game without one of them getting arrested. 1 year ago, the
murder in Crane Village. A man who was killed during one of Maya's spirit channelings. And this urn wound up being a key piece of evidence that proved her innocence. Mr. Nick, would you mind not telling Mr. Maya about that? You promised, remember? You said you wouldn't tell anyone I broke the urn. Oh yeah, that's right. Now I remember. This urn used to say Amy on it. Then a child put it back together with glue. Sorry, I'm not good at arts and crafts, or spelling. Even though she didn't know what it meant. Anyway, this other the gluing project turned out. Put the pieces together wrong, so instead of saying Amy, it now says I am. I am. I can't believe no one's noticed until now, a whole year later. I can't believe it myself. Oh. Okay, so the toilet's shinier than a judge's head, so what's next?
What's wrong with you, Nick?
What do you mean?
What do you mean,
Mr. Nick! Your beloved Mystic Mayor's treasure has been stolen! Doesn't that even bother you? I thought the urn was a village treasure, so I don't see how... The village is Mystic Mayor! She's the future master of the Karain Jewel of Channeling! You know what I'm talking about, Mr. Nick. I won't let you say you don't. Oh, okay, I do. So what am I supposed to be doing about it? Isn't it obvious? Go find the bad guy who did this.
Yeah, let's go get the sacred urn back, Nick.
But I'm not a detective, I'm a lawyer. That has nothing to do with any of this. If you're a real gentleman, you would find it for your beloved Mystic Mayor. So what's the name of this bad guy again?
Mask to Mask, Nick. Make a note of it. Mask to Mask. Remember to put that little star in there and everything.
Guess we're going back there then. Lordly Taylor Main Exhibition Hall. No, why I thought I hadn't enough time to get a crisp though. Right, let's see if we can find some clues that might lead us to the bad guy. I don't know if anything's been disturbed.
Yeah, it looks pretty much like this. I did last night, yeah.
Bad guy. Oh, we're gonna assume that's Gumshoe.
Hey, you can't book around here, pal.
Wait a minute, that voice. Oh no, not him again.
It's you, and I'm the one who should be saying not again. Why is it that every time something bad happens, you always show up, pal?
I should be asking you that. Aren't there any other detectives?
No, I should be asking you that. What are you doing hanging around here?
Hey, I asked you first. Why are you here anyway?
Alright, we got it. Why don't you do this? Kiss and make up already.
Hello? It's been a long time, Mr. Scruffy Detective.
Oh, it's you, little missy. Actually, my name is Gumshoe, Detective Jim Gumshoe. I forgot that they tell everyone who the characters are all over again, yes. Now is a good chance for you to try and remember it, right? And if it's too long for you, you can just call him Dick. They don't actually say that's his first name, they just like to say you can just call him Dick. Okay, it's good to see you again, Mr. Detective Dick. Yeah, it's good to see you too, I guess. Mr. Detective Dick, could you please tell us what happened? Oh, you're trying to remember my name, not the girl. It's just Gumshoe, okay? Please stop calling me Dick. Anyway, the thief stole something called the Sacred Urn. I know all about that. The criminal's name is Masty Mask. I know about that too. Detective, can't you tell us something other than that? Well, I guess I sorta kinda owe you guys in a way. The crime occurred last night around 1:30 in the morning.
How exactly do you know that?
We got an emergency phone call from a guard at the scene of the crime. He said the urn was just stolen. You see, the scene of the crime, you mean, right here? Right? No. The urn was being kept under careful guard in the basement warehouse. So what? Who was guarding the basement warehouse? That guy. It's all his fault. The thief got away, pal. He solves one case and gets a swelled head thinking he's an ace detective. An ace detective?
Hey, Detective Gumshoe, what about this Master Mask? Is he famous?
What? You're joking, right, Nick? Mask is the hottest thing since sliced bread. Sometimes he appears as a museum guard. Sometimes he appears as a big brown bear who's known to surprise unsuspecting victims. Underneath, as disguised as he is, the true Masty Mask.
So he's some kind of master disguise, huh?
And he goes after the finest works of art. Last night was his 5th heist. If Lord the Tailor had only cooperated, I could have caught him this time. What? Then you knew he was planning on stealing the Sacred Urn? I realize I'm doing his accent rather than that one because I'm doing it. Of course I did. The guy always sends his calling card before he steals something.
So why do they call him an ace detective anyway?
That's what he calls himself now. I didn't make it up. So what's he like? Well, like I told you, Master Mask has been 5 heists so far. On the 4th heist, Mr. Ace Detective managed to get the stolen treasure back. Oh, well, that is impressive all by himself. Yeah, I got to admit it, pal. Maybe he really is as good as he says. Every time the thief sends one of his calling cards, we send our men to us. Men on a stakeout. But none of us have ever gotten so much as a glimpse of the guy. But Mr. Ace Detective was able to retrieve the stolen treasure from the thief. Anyway, he's at the scene of the crime right now, looking for clues.
So what's his calling card?
Here it is. But don't show it to anyone, it's top secret, okay, pal?
What's his mark on the front?
It's Masty Mask's symbol or emblem, pal. You could say it's his mark. All of his calling cards have got it on them. They didn't mention that on the news flash. We're withholding that detail from the public for operational reasons. The only way we can tell if a calling card is real or not is by the symbol. That makes sense. When you get famous, there are always gonna be imitators. Mr. Nick, if you work a little harder, maybe you can have your own copycat someday.
Thanks, I guess. Okay, so that's just that.
Remember, don't tell anyone about that emblem, okay, pal?
Does the thief ever send these to the police?
No, always to the victims. Up until now, the victims have always come to us looking for help. That's not what happened this time, you mean? You got that right, pal. Listen up, if you guys ever get one of those calling cards, I want you to come to me right away, got it?
Yeah, sure.
To be honest, pal, there's something that bugs me.
What's that?
All of the other items that were stolen by Master Mask were ones that even I had heard of. They were all world famous treasures. The Tear of Amagon, the Crown of Bongoria, the Sacred Urn, the Sacred Urn of Corraine is famous too, right, Pearly?
Of course, everyone in Corraine Village knows about it. Do you know anything about this? Nah, that's the exact same thing as I got from the other one. Alright, well I guess we're going in the basement again.
No matter how many times we come here, this place always gives me the chills. I've only been here twice, but it still gives me chills, maybe because I'm standing in the way of the air conditioning. I feel kinda bad I ruined the joke.
It's probably because it's air conditioned to protect the art pieces, you know. Alright, well I need another voice suggestion for whoever this crazy man is. Welcome to my private little banquet of chaos. And they look like... Oh, good Christ. Okay. Voice suggestion, please, someone. Half man, half big creature. Half man, half peg, okay. I will try and do half man, half peg for you.
I'm afraid that there's very little to offer, but please make yourself at home.
Doesn't look like a goat, but fuck it, it'll do.
Who are you anyway?
Yes, islands. Now I see. It's now becoming clear.
Bet this person's in this the whole time and I'm gonna have to fucking spend hours doing this.
What do you see?
Safari! The truth has once again been elegantly revealed to me. As a lawyer and a spirit medium, neither very advanced in their trade.
A really long nose.
Am I wrong?
Ah, that's scary. How did he know that?
How you say, the universal skeptic would say, that's how, nothing but a question of why.
And how is nothing but a question of why?
I am a traveler of both time and space, a swimmer of dreams.
What was she talking about? I can't make head nor tails of this.
Without further ado, let me fulfill what should be the first duty of any gentleman. I'll introduce myself. I am At-Me. Look at me!
I give it a second for that name to resonate with everyone.
Ace Detective.
Oh, hi.
Don't let him intimidate you, Nick. Stand up and show him what you're made of.
My name's Wright. Phoenix Wright. Ace Attorney.
And I'm a Fae, a spirit medium. Yeah, that's it.
And I'm Pearl Faye. I'm Mystic Mayor's cousin and Spirit Medium Ace Apprentice.
Excellent! Well then, shall we begin our little game?
Are you really as famous as you say?
Of course, for a lawyer you have a rather shocking lack of knowledge about the world. I had no idea anyone was left in this city who had not heard of me. Look at me. I am Master Mask's archenemy, the Ace Detective. Look at me. At this moment, there are two mighty figures which loom large over this grand city. One embodies the nefarious force of darkness, the other the angelic cherubs of light.
Now I'm really lost. What's he saying, Nick?
I am personally been on the heels of this villain since his first crime. After alienating this criminal's patterns, I've thwarted his very latest loathsome larceny. And I hope I got that. I even returned the target of this tyranny, the portrait of Magina, to the crime scene. And I did it all by myself. I took it back from mask to mask. And now my brawny muscles and my brilliant my brawny mind and my brilliant muscles.
Yeah, they mentioned on the news and great people around town segment. They said that the museum gave you an incredible jewel as a reward.
Well, compared to the treasure that I retrieved for them, it's not much.
Oh, tell us how you know Master Mask, and keep it simple, please.
Like about how I devoted my life to thwarting his dastardly deeds. Last night, here in the bowels of this very store, we were locked in the glorious of battle.
I see. Hang on a second. You were here last night? Here? In Lord the Tailor?
Naturally. Whenever Master Masters, you'll find At-Me laying his elegant traps. But this time, I allowed him to escape with the illusion of victory.
Can you tell us exactly what happened here last night?
But of course, after all, I always say there should be no secrets between aces.
Flattery will get you nowhere, Pinocchio.
At first, I received a request for my services 20 days ago. It was 10 days ago that I received Master Mask's calling card.
You were hired before the calling card even arrived?
Yes, you see, the person who hired me is quite rigorous and thorough. That's a mere 10 days after hiring me, her worst premonitions were realized.
The calling card arrives, right?
Yes, a race detective that I am, I set a trap for the thief right in this warehouse.
and waited for him alone and naked in a cupboard with a mop. Alone? But why? Why didn't you go to police for help? Ridiculous. Why would I seek help? It's a singularly useless group of nincompoops. I always operate alone and concealed out of sight of others. Concealed? Precisely. Even the guards on duty here were unaware of my presence. To fool your enemies, first you must fool your friends. It's my own original proverb. Anyway, back to what happened last night. As I was saying, I hid here in the warehouse and waited for the thief to arrive. But I swear to you, the servant we served came to the entrance. Nevertheless, the sacred urn disappeared.
But that's impossible. How could it just disappear?
How, you ask? Don't be ridiculous, sir lawyer. If I knew the answer to that question, I wouldn't be here.
So you're saying that even though on one came through these doors... I think I should say no one rather than on one. So you're saying that even though no one came through those doors last night, a precious urn still somehow vanished from under your nose?
Tisk, sir lawyer. I such refrain from such cruel behavior.
Huh? What do you mean?
The criminal is an artist. The crime scene is a canvas upon which he paints. Only I, Ace Detective Atme, I was educated enough to read the signs. Could you translate that for me, Nick?
And you pretty much said, don't touch anything amateurs.
If there's something you wish to know about, you have but to ask Atme. I know everything there is to know of a rival, Master Mask. Does he have any top secret information, you know, stuff that only a real crime buff would know?
Is that sentence before? Master Mask calling card, it's got his emblem printed on it, right?
Quite impressive, but I would expect nothing less from my arch rival. I'm surprised to see you in possession of such a top secret piece of information. Well, we got an ace lawyer, an ace spirit medium, and an ace cousin apprentice here. Yes, indeed, I think I could learn to like you, my fellow ace professionals. Well, sir lawyer, I've been told that you two are pursuing the mysterious thief.
Well, not sure about that.
That's right. We're going to find the secret urn no matter what we have to do. Excellent. I will trust you. I permit to take a look around while I investigate elsewhere. If, perchance, you should discover something of value, return them to my office. My office of Earthly Delights at the Atme Detective Agency. Office of Earthly Delights. Is it full of candy? Well then, sir lawyer, if you excuse me, I have much to do. Atme away!
Wait a minute. See, he didn't leave it at me away. I feel there's a problem there. He's gone! I don't like the idea of doing this guy's work for him.
Come on, Nick. Don't worry about it. It's no big deal. Let's hurry up and investigate before he changes his mind.
I want to go to his office too. Take me with you, okay? That pathetic wooden box.
Ah, that's the box that had the sacred urn in it.
Don't touch it, there may be clues in the thief's identity on there.
I worked so hard to make that box.
Huh? You made that poor excuse for a box, man?
What's that supposed to mean?
That urn has always been on a stand in the winding way of Fay Manor. So there was no box suitable for it, Mr. Nick.
And I was so proud of it. Wow, this is awesome. What did Miss Andrews say it was called again?
Shishishotu. Said to be 7-branch sword in Japanese, or so says Miss Andrews. Whoa, it's pretty heavy.
One hit, 7 times the fun. Pretty catchy, huh? Better sell like hotcakes.
There's something about it that bothers me.
Wow, you're really firing on all cylinders today, Pearly.
His sword? Wasn't Mr. Gamey holding it last night?
Ah.
And another thing, the sword wasn't bent like it last night like it is now. You're right.
Awesome, Pearly. I wouldn't expect any less from my, little lace apprentice. I just thought of something. Maybe Detective had me smashed Master Mask with it. Like this, Pop.
Yow! What the heck?
What do you think, Pearly?
I think it's even more bent than it was before. My hair.
Hey, Pearly, do you know what this is? It's the computer.
A computer? Oh, I've heard of those. It's such a cute name. Looks like the computer is storing data from the security camera. Someone comes out of the warehouse, the camera takes a photo of them. It's probably the trap the detective set up.
Let's see if we can find the last night's data on this thing. We might even find a photo of Master Mask.
Let's see here. What's wrong, Mr. Nick? You're sweating an awful lot. I don't know how to pull up the photos.
I had no idea you were so pathetic with high-tech stuff, Nick.
Yeah. Well, I managed to print out the camera data anyway.
I guess you'll have to learn to crawl before you can walk, right, Nick?
Yeah, sure. Anyway, looks like the camera only went off once last night. The security camera is trained on the big door in the storeroom and set up to take a photo of anyone that goes in or out. A security camera?
Yeah, go stand in front of the door and it'll snap your photo too, Pearly.
Mystic Mayor, do you think I should smile?
Nah, it's for criminals, so you should make it really scary face. Like this.
Like this? See the big red? What's all this pink paint?
Look what you did, Nick. You spilled paint over here.
I didn't do that.
Well, if it wasn't here last night, I'd have noticed the color this outrageous.
But this paint has already dried.
Well, then you should have cleaned it up before it dried, Nick.
Paint doesn't dry that fast. Besides, I told you it wasn't me. I see what you mean, AJ. Her dialogue makes so much more sense if you ever drunk. Hey, look at this. What is it? There's some kind of shape left at the bottom left side of this stain.
Ah, you're right. I wonder what it could be. This statue of Mr. Gamey is so cool. I want a golden statue of myself. We could put it in the office.
Hey, it's Wright and Co. How about a gold statue of me? Mr. Nick, I'm sorry, but I noticed something strange. What is it, Pearl? The statue of Mr. Gamey. Was this where it was last night? Ah. So we have a child taking this case seriously. Wonderful. I'm pretty sure it was closer to the door. Yeah, I think you're right.
Okay, great job, Pearlie. I wouldn't expect anything less from my ace cousin. Seriously, Nick, are we gonna let a child do the whole case and then pretend we'd solved it ourselves? Because this is how it's looking so far.
It says Organi.
No, it doesn't, Nick. It says organize. You just can't see the last two letters.
Yeah, well, I guess no one could read it either because this place is a mess.
Yeah, you must feel right at home, huh?
Mr. Nick, what's that big door over there? It looks like the door to the actual... Oh, it looks like the door to the actual storeroom. I see lots of big boxes and stuff back there.
I guess that's where they were keeping the sacred earth.
Remember, Miss Andrews said they're not allowed in there. I think that's everything we're going to find here. That ladder.
Look, a ladder.
That's a step ladder.
So what's the difference? You need to stop judging things based on narrow-minded cultural assumptions, Nick.
Right, sorry. Why do I feel like I've had the exact same conversation somewhere before? Because that happens every game. We have a conversation about ladders. As far as I can tell, that seems to be everything.
Hey Nick, your cell phone's ringing and that ringtone still drives me insane.
Hello, Phoenix Wright here.
Oh ho 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 ho, it's me, Gumshoe.
Gumshoe? What is it? What's so funny?
I'll tell you what's so funny, pal. I finally beat him. I beat Mr. S Detective. Finally, they sent the dog of the alphabet dog today. That stuck-up detective's met his match. Yep, I finally caught him. Look, lock, stock, and barrel. There's no escape for him.
You caught him? Are you saying?
So you caught him? Are you saying you captured the mask? Bingo. Well, actually he surrendered, but I got him.
That's great. So when can we come pick up the sacred urn?
Well, you see, I was going to tell you.
What? Something's wrong?
Do you think you can swing by the detention center sometime?
The detention center?
He wants to talk to you, Master Mask, that is. Alright, he wants to talk to Nick. I'll be waiting for you, pal, so get here soon.
Well, let's go down there then. Do we go to... Oh, we have to go to Atme first, I think. Let's go to the detention center first.
Hey, pal, welcome to the detention center.
You're sure in a happy mood, aren't you?
Yep, after all, we got the Master Mask. Right, but... hey, right, but, so where's the sacred earth? Oh, yeah, sorry about that, pal. I guess I didn't really think about it before. But you're the victim in this case. Huh? Well, I guess I should let you guys hear the story straight from the horse's mouth. You know he's right, Nick.
Yes?
If you think about it real hard, we're the victims.
Well, I guess so, in a way.
I'm so used to thinking as the victim as a dead person because we're always on murder cases.
Excuse me?
But anyway, I have to get the sacred urn back.
Please, don't just ignore me.
Oh god. Right, need a voice for this one.
Who are you?
I am.
So yeah, any voice suggestions for this one? Foppish. I'm not I know there is such a word, but I'm not familiar with what its meaning. Let me just Google it. Foppish. Concerned with one's clothes and appearance excessively. Oh, okay. Alright, okay. Yeah, we can do that.
I am masked mask. Okay.
Hey, Nick, does he look kinda, well, gangly?
I'm Ron Delight, the famous masked mask.
So you're masked guy.
Yes, you bet. No, that's wrong. You see, it's complicated. Sort of yes and sort of no, if you know what I mean.
What's wrong?
Well, when I say wrong, what I mean to say is not right per se. You see, it's not spelt masked mask, it's actually masked mask.
What's with this guy, Nick?
Don't do that. Don't look at me. Like that, I don't need your pity.
So why did you give yourself up?
Well, you see, it's because, well...
I know why. It's because you stole such a priceless treasure. Your guilt consumed you, didn't it? See, I wrote the line already. You overwhelm with guilt, am I right?
I have a little favor to ask.
Yeah? What is it?
Could you go and talk to Desi?
Desi? Nick, who the fuck's Desi? Look, we really want our urn back, so, where is it?
Oh, I'm sorry, I'll give it back, I really will. Maybe not. No, I can't. I can't make promises I can't keep. I'll just end up hurting people.
Mr. Nick, I couldn't hear what he just said, especially the last part. Oh, is it meant to be in whisper? Okay. Mr. Damask, could you speak up a little?
Yes, I will, I promise. Maybe not. You see, I'm already speaking in my normal voice, so I really can't do anything.
Mr. Damask, about the,
Oh, yes, the urn, right away. Actually, no. I wouldn't mind telling you, I'm actually afraid you won't believe me anyway.
Enough already, just tell it to us straight.
Please don't yell at me. I am sorry. That urn, I lost it.
What?
What did you just say? Did you say you lost it?
Yes, no, maybe so. I mean, yes, I lost it.
What do you mean you lost it?
Well, you know, I lost it, like I said. These things just happen. You're on the train and you get distracted and you forget your bag, you know.
What? You forgot our sacred urn on a train?
Wait a minute, you went a train dressed like that?
No, I was just speaking hypothetically, that's all. Anyway, I'm sorry. I just lost it somewhere, I don't know where.
Are you really sure this creep is masked the mask?
Nah, don't call him a creep. So who is this Desi person?
Please don't talk about my wife like that.
I guess you must be his wife. Well, fucking kudos to you for working that shit out.
I'm sorry. The truth is, it was my wife that told me to have you all come here. Do you think I could go and visit her at my hideout?
Hideout? Mr. Nick, what does he mean by hideout?
Oh, sorry. Actually, I meant to say my secret base.
Secret base?
Well, my apartment. Pelosa Pelepa, 3rd floor.
Let's go have a look, Nick. The mask's hideout we go.
Alright, okay, well, I guess we're going there then.